I think that allowing for the book being, after all, a parody, something like 1984 could actually happen. This is the direction the world is going in at the present time. In our world, there will be no emotions except fear, rage, triumph, and self-abasement. The sex instinct will be eradicated. We shall abolish the orgasm. There will be no loyalty except loyalty to the party. But always there will be the intoxication of power. Always, at every moment, there will be the thrill of victory, the sensation of trampling on an enemy who is helpless. If you want a picture of the future, imagine a boot stamping on a human face forever. The moral to be drawn from this dangerous nightmare situation is a simple one. Don't let it happen. It depends on you.
What's going on, everyone? It's Nina Infinity. Welcome to my channel on this Wednesday. This is Breaking the Narrative, and tonight my guest is going to be Comics Division. Hello. How are you?
Why, hello, Nina. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you doing?
Doing okay. Doing pretty good. Yeah, better. Every day a little bit better, I suppose.
That's good. There's like always stuff going on in the world, and sometimes I feel like I feel a little down some days because I feel like I've been spending too much on Twitter or like looking at the news. Those are like the Wednesday days for me. While I'm like prepping for this show, and I'm like, what is happening to this world?
Yeah, I try to keep on top of the news at least every day, so I know what's going on. To a degree. But yeah, it's it can get pretty irritating and kind of maddening at times. So
freaking clown world, man. Like,
oh
damn.
God, tell me about it.
Comics, tell everyone in the chat, those beautiful people in the chat, I see you, everybody. Thanks for being here. Smash the like and share the stream. Tell everyone what we're doing here. Please tell everyone who you are and where they can find you.
I am a useless asshat on YouTube. I like to build myself as an asshole with a microphone. I basically kind of read articles and give my opinion on the state of the world and whatnot. So that's basically what I do.
That's excellent. That's kind of like what I am too, except I'm not an asshat. I try to be nice. I really try. I try to be really nice, but sometimes it doesn't work out. Actually, I was gonna show everybody this meme of you that somebody posted, and I was like, oh my God, he looks like She-Hulk. Like, no, hold on.
Are you serious?
Yeah, like, well, it's definitely not supposed to be She-Hulk. This is supposed to be a gremlin. but you look like She-Hulk to me, because you know how in that episode they tried to dress her up as a hooker? I was like, what's happening?
Oh yeah, that one.
I'm like, oh my God.
Toxic man flu.
Amazing. Shout out to Toxic Man Flu. We'll be going through that thread with some of the memes later on, just to make things a little bit lighthearted here, because oh my God, the world is freaking crazy. And Toxic Man Flu coming in with $10. Useless, no truer words have been spoken by Comics Division. Wow. We're getting off a very spicy foot over here. My goodness.
Well, it's the reason why he's my producer. It's pretty funny. He's like, you didn't forget you have a stream tonight, right? Because I forgot I had a member stream last night.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
That's funny.
It's like,
all right.
I should get that set up now.
Oh, do it. Well, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. Let's start with a little bit of entertainment topic, and then we'll get into the crazier stuff a little bit into the show. But so Gary went to see Rings of Power tonight.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's gonna go watch that preview.
Yeah,
I was wondering where he was going. I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, he's going to watch the opening night. It's a premiere. It's the premiere of the Rings of Power. And then today I saw that they had a few, like at least one or two really kind of like interesting articles. One of them by Entertainment Weekly, which was really different than the most of the shill stuff that was coming out. And it said the Lord of the Rings, the Rings of Power review, Amazon's prequel is kind of a catastrophe. And I was like,
wow,
definitely not something we've been hearing recently from the shill sites anyway. Most of them have been like kind of, this is the best thing ever. And I was like,
no, it's so fucking not going to be. Have you seen John Campia's clips lately about the Rings of Power? And I don't understand why these people don't like it. They're saying it's bad, and everyone's reporting it's good. It's pretty funny. John Campia's such a shill.
No, I haven't seen it. I mean, I like Gary and Az talked about it on the Real BBC, but I don't really watch John Campia.
I don't either.
Or like a lot of haters. Like I'm like, I just don't see the point in going to watch channels that hate on us. Like
I typically don't. It was basically shared in DMs, so I checked the clip out, and it was pretty funny.
Oh, okay. You're gonna have to send it to me because I'm like, I'm not gonna go scour his weird channel for whatever is going on. Toxic Man Flu just became a member.
That's what he does.
Oh, thank you, Toxic Man Flu. You're so sweet. He's so sweet to me. What a simp. I love it. But yeah, so apparently it's not. Some people don't agree with the shills. Some people are saying it's not great. Like this guy right here, this Darren guy. I read this article. Oh, this is funny. Let's play this. Oh my God, this lady.
Well, that's like one of the things that John Campia says. Like, I haven't heard anyone give it negative reviews. I should find that and add him. Here you go, John. Here's your negative review.
Well, the funny part was I was actually like I was scrolling through the Entertainment Weekly Twitter post about this, and there was like all these kind of like, like the MCU stands, but like for Lord of the Rings, I guess. Like it was like these weird kind of like robot accounts or whatever, and they were like, all of these other sites are giving it great reviews. You're a piece of shit, and like all the stuff. And I was like, what the fuck? This is like the most bizarre like thread that I've ever read, because it just didn't seem organic to me. I was like, what?
Oh yeah, it's like you said, it's like with the MCU shills. It's basically their bot accounts, or people are paid to pump up the property. Because anytime I remotely say something negative about the MCU, I mean, you can time it within like an hour, I will be descended upon by I'm not gonna say bot accounts. Maybe they're bot accounts. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty apparent because it's like number one Black Panther fan or something like that. I mean, it's
oh my God, yeah,
obvious.
Like the names, and then there's like the ones that have like a string of numbers like next to it, and I'm like, yeah, come on now, at least
that has to be a bot account.
Yeah, it's pretty clear. But yeah, so this guy basically really goes into it. Like he talks about how it's very boring. How the beginning is the setup is very similar to the Lord of the Rings, Peter Jackson's The Lord of the Rings, like how it goes from like the kind of like the prologue where Gladriel is talking about the ring and blah blah blah, and it goes right into the hobbits and their culture, their life, and
Nina, they're not hobbits, they're Harfoots.
I know. I'm saying this guy is saying that it's
they're fucking hobbits.
Yeah, they're hobbits, but he's saying that it's basically the same kind of intro as that, but like more boring and shittier. Like,
have you been watching House of the Dragon?
Have
you been watching House of the Dragon?
I actually have not yet, because I'm really, really bitter still about Game of Thrones season 8. I kind of feel like the same way about it as I do like all the
Last
Star
Jedi.
Wars
Yeah.
material and the Last Jedi. I'm like, all roads lead to Jake Skywalker. So like
Right.
at this point, I'm kind of feeling like, all roads lead to, the Bells episode, and I can't.
D&D.
Yeah. So I'm kind of like,
Well, the funny thing about it, I mean, so far, I've watched like half of the first episode. I need to finish watching it, and I need to watch episode 2, but it's pretty good, I have to say.
Yeah, a lot
didn't
of people
really
have been
watch
saying that.
a whole lot of Game of Thrones, but I have to say, given my choice at this point between Rings of Power and House of the Dragon, I think I'd rather watch House of the Dragon.
Yeah, it's interesting that you say that. I have kind of a choice to like which one to watch right now, and so far I'm leaning towards Lord of the Rings, but only because I want to review it on Sundays for my Sunday stream, and that's the only reason I'm going to watch it. But I'm going to wait until the season of Game of Thrones ends before I go into that. But actually, interestingly, that you brought up Game of Thrones, something did happen earlier today that I was like, wait, what? Because one of the creators left the show, or not the creators, one of the people that worked on it left the show. Hold on, let me pull up the article. This dropped earlier today, and I was kind of like, wait, what? Because it's doing really well. So I was surprised to see this. And it says, there's been a bit of a shakeup inside House of Dragon. The Game of Thrones prequel co-showrunner and director Miguel Sapochnik is stepping down from the freshly launched hit series.
That's
Sources say Miguel is exiting the show after pouring an exhausting 3 years of effort into the Game of Thrones prequel. Ryan Condal will now serve as the show's sole showrunner and continue to work closely with co-creator George R.R. Martin. Ha! Never getting that fucking book. Miguel
I'm so
worked.
glad I never invested any time into that.
I did. This is why I'm so bitter, comics, because I was waiting for the damn book to end. And
I know. I know. Gary. He talks about a lot. It's funny because I was watching his nooner today, and they're talking about the whole thing with George R.R. Martin, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm never giving him money ever again unless he finishes that damn book." Which I don't blame. I don't blame anyone for that. I mean, George has basically fucked you guys.
Yes, he has. I'm very bitter about it. I'm like, I really liked your world. Why'd you do this to me? But so Miguel worked for months helping develop House of Dragon with Ryan, but he was reluctant to officially join the show, a stance that perhaps foreshadowed his current exit. Miguel said, "I'm never doing Thrones again." Condal said, "Look, this guy was bitter too."
Let's say, wasn't he involved with the original series?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, because that name sounded pretty familiar. I want to say he was like one of the principal directors of photography, I want to say.
I believe so. And apparently he was really bitter about season 8, just like us. It was incredibly tough to decide to move on, but I know that it is the right choice for me personally and professionally as I do so, though I'm deeply confronted to know that Alan will be joining the series, said Miguel. So my question is, I wonder if this guy maybe realize that the second season is going to be trash and woke, like kind of what happened with season 8. Maybe he can see the writing on the wall and he's like, I'm going to jump ship now. I don't know.
You have two possible explanations, the one you just gave, and maybe he's just burnt out.
Maybe it's very true. Maybe he's just burnt out.
But it's probably going to get woke.
That's why I'm gonna wait until the season's over. Maybe I'll wait even until like season 2 is over just to see what happens, and then people will be like, yeah, it's still good. Maybe I'll watch it then. I don't know. But then again, maybe like Rings of Power will be so bad that I'll be like, I think I need some sort of like a palate cleanser for fantasy, because I did see a couple of like clips from the show and it does look incredible. Like there was this one scene where she's like flying to Dragonstone on her dragon and she lands, and I was like, okay, that looks really fucking epic. Like it looks pretty cool. The visuals, the
jousting
really
stuff
good.
was pretty cool. There's definitely some stuff that would not happen during that joust where he goes and trips one of the knights using his lance. I mean, that's I'm not gonna say it's like a direct violation, but the whole point is to try and unseat your opponent by hitting either them with the in the shield or in the chest or whatnot, not by fucking tripping their horse. Yeah, I mean that was some bullshit. But
I just saw a movie about that. It was called The Last Duel with Matt Damon and what's his name?
I saw the trailer for it, and I was like, it looked kind of woke to me. I don't know if it was or not, if it was any good, but I was like,
it was interesting in a sense that like it wasn't woke because of the timing of like what the thing is about, because it's
apparently it's like based off a book or something, right?
It's based on a true story. It's based on the last duel of France, and it's about the story of this basically this couple who the wife accuses the dude's best friend of raping her, and he duels the best friend for the honor of his wife and himself. And I thought it was well done, to be honest with you. I didn't think it was super woke. I thought it was really because the movie was done in a way that was done through the different perspectives of each of the main characters. So basically you'll watch the same movie 3 times in a row, but from each perspective.
That's interesting.
And it was really interesting the way that he had done it. So I thought that it was really interesting that way.
I guess maybe it's just the way they cut the trailer, but I seriously got like a huge like kind of like Me Too vibe from it. And I was just like,
it did seem like that too at the time to me, but I was like, but this is set like not in modern times, so I kind of
if it's actually based on a true story, that's a little bit different, but
it is based on a true story. I don't know. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. It was all right. Like it wasn't the best thing ever. Like I wasn't like that's why I can't be like, oh yeah, you should go see it, like
right.
But it was interesting. It wasn't as woke as I thought it was going to be. So I was like, all right. But this news was interesting. I thought I'd bring it up because you mentioned House of Dragons. I wonder what's going to happen to it. And,
I remember that guy being interviewed like a couple of years ago when the season 8 was like done, and he was like really pissed.
Yeah, because a lot of people in the comments were saying like it's probably because of his comments about season 8, and I was like, what did he say? Because I kind of forgot like what he had said, and I was like, I wonder if he got fired or if he actually left, because if he worked on all of season 1 for not Rings of Power, for House of Dragon, it's a weird move to be like, I'm leaving now after the first season and after the first 2 episodes have been received so well.
Where you're like, just come back, give it a chance, and he's like, yeah, I don't. He goes and does it, and is probably like, yeah, I don't fucking care.
Yeah, I could see that, because you're like, you're spending like all your days, and you know how it is when you're like, oh, overworked. I could see that happening. That's interesting. I guess we'll find out though. We'll find out how woke it gets later on. Okay, let's move on to the next bit of news. And I thought this was really interesting stuff because comics, I'm sure you're at least a little bit familiar with what's going on in the Ukraine. Are you just a little bit?
There's a war going on, right?
Yeah, there's a war. I'm not going to get too much into that part of it.
I think I remember what it is. There's a bigger country called Russia, and it invaded a smaller country called the Ukraine, and that's bad.
Yeah, and the people in Ukraine have some interesting ties with something called the Nazi Party.
Oh yeah, there's that too, and we've been spending the money like it's going out of style, and I'm pretty sure it has nothing to do with the Hunter Biden laptop story, or completely nothing to do with Joe Biden's ties to the Ukraine when he was VP.
Not at all.
I'm sure that has absolutely nothing to do with what's going on.
I saw this today, and I was like, this is so weird. What an interesting article, and what an interesting turn of events. Here, Jon Stewart and the Pentagon honor Ukrainian Nazi at Disney World.
What the fuck?
And I was like, wait, what? Like, what?
Isn't Jon Stewart Jewish?
Yes, he is. And this is so bizarre to me because, well, I mean, it's not so bizarre that that it would happen at Disney World because well, we know what the fuck's been going on with Disney lately. They're not, they don't have the biggest moral high ground anymore when it comes to a lot of things. But Jon Stewart, and we're gonna read this article, guys, because this is insane. But I don't know if you saw like a few weeks ago when Jon Stewart was like completely losing his mind over the veterans bill on Jack Posobiec. I don't know how to say his name.
Jack Posobiec. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, I don't know. Did you see that?
No, I didn't. I'll be honest with you. I typically don't pay attention to Jon Stewart. I think he's kind of a fucking asshat.
He kind of is. Well, at least it's weird. Again, it's weird. It's one of those things because I used to have great respect for Jon Stewart because I thought he was kind of going against the grain for a long time, like with regards to like the Daily Show and the things he was doing. I
hated the Daily Show before it was cool.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah.
That's interesting. I was a huge fan of the Daily Show. And I really liked a lot of people that working there at the time. But then it all ended up going to shit, especially when the Daily Show like ended, when Jon Stewart left and everybody went to do their own thing. It's like as if their true colors kind of showed. But it's interesting to me because I feel like in some ways I feel like Jon Stewart is one of those people who has a good heart. Like he is actually like a good person deep down inside, but he is insanely brainwashed on leftist media and like talking points, and he's just incredibly ignorant of what is actually going on in the world.
That's most talk show hosts.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's weird because this guy used to be on top of everything, but now he's not. And it's just like with that whole situation, because with Jack, he went off on him about the bill. And then Jack was like, Jon, like, what the hell's going on with you, man? Like, calm down. Let's talk about this. And then kind of like educated him about why Republicans weren't voting for that bloated bill because it was being bloated by the Democrats. And then kind of made him realize why it was happening the way it was. And then Jon realized he fucked up and basically took the L. And it was actually really nice because he straight up apologized to Jack for blowing up at him and, took the L.
I will give Jon that. If you actually show him that he's wrong, he'll own it. And
yeah,
he's actually had a pass with Jack Posobiec because he went off on Jack Posobiec once, and then Jack basically talked to him, and they're like, okay, you're cool. And he kind of like, hey, sorry, I did this to you. So I wouldn't say have become friends. I think that'd be a bit of a stretch, but they have had
frenemies.
Well, I wouldn't say frenemies. They've had interactions in the past that have been somewhat positive.
Yeah, it's kind of like the same thing that happened with the bill. Like he was like so going off on him, and then he realized he was wrong. He took the L. He made a video with him, apologized to him and his friend and like everyone that was involved. And then they were like, you know what, we just want to help people. Let's get this done. And it was a good thing. It was a good thing that
Jon Stewart. He I don't know what happened recently, but he was criticizing a lot of shit. He was criticizing some of the stuff that was going on with the lockdowns and the vax and all this other stuff. And he was doing on Colbert's show, and Colbert was like kind of losing his shit. And then something happened, and I guess he got the new download, right? And he's like, it must be woke. I don't know. I mean, it's weird.
I remember when he lost his mind about, it was the vax thing, and it was about the what was going on at that lab, and like we couldn't even talk about it at the time,
which is funny because we can talk about it now. Apparently,
yeah, we could talk about it now. But that was an interesting clip for me too, because he was basically like, well, what the fuck is going on? And he was like calling out his friend. And again, I thought that was the Jon Stewart I fell in love with, the guy that could actually think outside the box and understand that there's people at power, people at work. You work with these people that create the narratives, know?
I've always seen him as being a party line tower, though.
Yes. It definitely seems like that. And it's definitely the case with this situation, because I cannot believe for the life of me that this dude would be this ignorant about what is going on. And this is what happened. So Defense Department sponsored Warrior Games featured liberal comedian Jon Stewart awarding a member of Ukraine's neo-Nazi Azov battalion at Disney World. The Pentagon refused to tell the Gray Zone whether U.S. taxpayers funded the foreign competitors' travel. This August, during the Department of Defense's annual Warrior Games, and again, this is one of those things which is so bizarre to me because Jon Stewart was so against the Iraq War. He was so against the Pentagon, and he was against basically the establishment, the military and industrial complex. It's almost as if he's flipped like completely to even go to a sponsorship by the Pentagon,
Well,
like
that's
a
the
sponsored
Democrats in
event by the
general.
Pentagon.
I mean, that's the thing that's so ironic about it is that it used to be, whenever there's a war, the Democrats, well, let's be honest, they always want to use the military. I mean, that was like a huge thing during Clinton, right? Clinton fucking sent the military everywhere.
Yep.
I mean, the party base doesn't like war, but I saw this happen kind of with Obama when, because we had the Iraq War, everyone was shitting on Bush, and then Barack Obama gets elected, and suddenly everyone's okay with him drone striking kids, right? And it's funny because I remember this one article. I think it was either from Vox or Vice. I don't remember. It's like, I think we need to talk about Barack Obama's love of drone strikes. Like,
I remember that.
Yeah.
Didn't that happen right after he basically like drone struck this dude that turned out to be an American citizen, and everyone was like, "Wait, what?" Like, and he
should have had a better father.
Yeah, yeah, that's kind of like whatever, like, kind of set off that spark of like, hey, maybe we should be paying attention to how many people this dude's bombing.
Well, yeah, I mean, that was the big thing is that, everyone was really paying attention to the Iraq War. As soon as Obama got elected, nobody on the left fucking cared anymore.
Nobody cared.
They only give a shit when it's a Republican.
Okay, the article goes on. So, liberal comedian Jon Stewart awarded Ukrainian military veteran named Ihor Halushka the Heart of the Team Award for inspiring his team with his personal example. Halushka happens to have been a member of the neo-Nazi Azov battalion, which has been armed by the U.S. and integrated into the Ukrainian National Guard. The award-winning ultra-nationalist wore a sleeve over his left arm as he accepted the prize, presumably to cover up his tattoo of the Nazi Sonnerat, or Black Sun. And this is the picture that they're talking about. So here he is, and this is the red cover of his sleeve. And then there's better pictures. We'll go into that in a second.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Because the Warrior Games are sponsored by the Pentagon, American taxpayers likely paid to send Ukrainian Nazis like Halushka to Disney World. Indeed, at least 2 members of the Ukrainian team wounded veteran athletes flown to Orlando, Florida, are confirmed members of the neo-Nazi groups in their country. Yulia Palveshka and Ihor were members of the fascist right sector organization and Azov battalion, respectively. The pair are part of the team of 40 Ukrainian veterans participating in the Warrior Games. They were joined at the ceremony for this year's competition by Darius Rucker, the former vocalist for the glorified bar band Hootie and the Blowfish, and liberal comedian Jon Stewart. There he is at the Department of Defense Warrior Games announcing the winners. During the closing ceremony, Stewart awarded Azov Battalion Halushka with the Heart of the Team Award. Blah, blah, blah. We already know that. Stewart triumphantly bellowed, "Ihor," as the Nazi was presented with his trophy and then shook his hand. And this is why I'm like, this is so bizarre to me. I'm like, does Jon know? Do you think Jon knows that this dude is part of a Nazi?
No, I don't think he does.
Isn't that so ignorant? Like, wouldn't you want to? I don't know. Like, I just feel like this is something I'm going
to give him the benefit of the doubt. I don't think he knew.
I mean, I don't think he knew either. But is nescience an excuse at this point? Because the idea of the neo-Nazis army or whatever, like whatever's going on in the Ukraine, is actually a prevalent a prevalent thing that has been, there's been a light shined on it for a while now. So you would think that he would know, or at least be aware, that there's talks that the Ukraine is involved with the Nazi party.
Well, here's the thing. Has the media been covering this? No, they haven't. I mean, certain people have covered it, right? Certain people that want to cover the truth have talked about it, but this isn't going to be anything that's going to be, you're going to see on ABC, CBS, MSNBC, right? Because, with all the rhetoric that we've seen over the last 3 years about Nazi this, white supremacy, blah, 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 for them to go and fund a Nazi battalion in the Ukraine would be a huge black eye, not only to the left, but to the president and his administration. I think a lot of people don't know. And I would be very surprised if Jon Stewart knew and still did it because he's Jewish.
To be honest, I don't think he knows either. And this is one of the reasons that I think that it's really interesting how ignorant the left is, and how basically that even a guy as intelligent as Jon Stewart would be so brainwashed by the leftist media to not even realize what the hell is actually going on.
And just remember, folks, the next time one of your liberal friends says that Republicans are Nazis, politely tell them that the current administration is actually funding them for real. Not like hyperbolic Nazis, like calling Republicans Nazis. They are actually funding Nazis in the Ukraine.
Yes, like literal, actual Nazis, like this guy right here, which we're going to see more of in just a second. So prior to Russia's invasion of Ukraine in February of this year, mainstream outlets from the Daily Beast to Vox to Foreign Policy, and even the U.S. government propaganda outlet Voice of America have each acknowledged. So these all have acknowledged Azov Battalion's embrace of Nazism.
Oh, yeah. Even Vox had an article talking about, how it's okay that we're doing this. It's like, it's okay to fund some Nazis or to like some Nazis. It's like, are you fucking kidding me?
And this article is actually great because he literally, like, these are all hyperlinked, so you could go to every single one of these, and they're all sourced. Like this guy right here, this is from Vox. This is from Vox. Ukraine next war, how military warlords could create a second worst conflict. This was back in February 2015. So there's, this guy's actually put up receipts for every single thing that he's sourcing, which I thought was really well done. So they've acknowledged it. Right Sector Group has been similarly identified as a fascist organization since the invasion. However, Western corporate media has downplayed the presence of Nazis in the Ukraine. I wonder why. Basically what Comics Division just said. In the Ukrainian armed forces, as groups like Azov have taken on prominent frontline roles. Reached by Foreign Warrior Games communication director Travis Clater, would not tell the Gray Zone who covered the travel expenses of Team Ukraine and other foreign competitors. Clater merely stated that the Department of Defense is not responsible for their costs. However, he noted that the relationship with each team is different. Ukraine and Canada are the only foreign teams participating in this year's competition. I wonder why. I wonder why. Oh, it's because Trudeau fucking kisses everybody's ass.
He's a huge fucking globalist.
Yeah, he's a globalist piece of shit.
Yeah.
While promising this reporter a more complete response by email, Clater has so far failed to deliver. A video on the DoD Warrior Games YouTube channel entitled Family Night at the Magic Kingdom shows some of the members of the Team Ukraine enjoying a night out at the world famous theme park. He's linked the video, which we can look at in a second. This year's Warrior Games are taking place at ESPN's Wide World of Sports complex at Walt Disney World Resorts. Competitions include shooting, wheelchair, rugby, recycling, powerlifting, indoor rowing, which is what the guy won for, wheelchair basketball, field golf, track, swimming, sitting, volleyball, and archery. This is the first year Team Ukraine has participated in the Warrior Games. I wonder why. Its athletes came away with at least 18 gold medals. There's like literally no competition. Ukraine's team is composed of the same veterans athletes that participated in the Invictus Games, a similar competition of wounded veterans founded by Prince Harry after the English royal attended the Warrior Games. Ukraine's Invictus Games team and Warrior Games team are both led by Oksana Gorbach, according to Ukrainian Ministry of Veterans Affairs. Here's some of the participants. Wow, look at this guy right here. Dang, this guy looks hardcore. Their organization team of the Warriors Games in Ukraine include the Ministry of Veterans Affairs Ukraine, the Center of Strategic Communication, Startcom Ukraine, the NGO Invictus Ukraine Games, the Strongman Federation of Ukraine, and the Come Back Alive, the Ministry of Veterans, blah, 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 a bunch of other people.
Is it bad when you start reading Ministry of? I immediately went to Ministry of Truth.
I know. I was thinking the same thing. It is like, that's so weird. I was thinking the same thing. Minister of Truth. It's terrible. It's branding. That's what it is. We've fallen victim to it. As the Gray Zone reported, the head of the Ukrainian Veteran Affairs Agency attended the 2019 neo-Nazi black metal concert featuring several anti-Semitic metal bands and promoted the event on Facebook. According to a deleted article from 2017 on the Azov Battalion website, at least 3 members of the notorious ultra-nationalist fighting force have participated in the Invictus Games because Azov identified the competitors by their call signs and therefore did not disclose their real names. It is not possible to determine whether they also competed in the 22 Warrior Games. Ihor Halushka, circa 2014. This is the same guy in 2014.
That is some awful hair.
I know, right? What is up with those Nazi people hair? While the team page on Invictus Games website merely states that Ihor Halushka was a member of Ukraine's National Guard, an expanded bio on the website makes it clear that he was a member of Azov. The unlisted YouTube video by Invictus Games on YouTube offers a close-up of Halushka working out with Nazi Black Sun symbol tattooed on his left elbow, clearly visible. Halushka opted to cover his fascist symbol during the photo ops at the Warrior Games. Well, gee, that was nice of him.
Yeah, that was very nice of him.
I'm just going to go to this video really quick so you guys can see this dude in all his glory of his Nazism. Again, this is an unlisted video. It's true. Here he is. And there's his weird symbol. Wait.
Yeah, the black
That's probably
sun.
a better shot there.
Probably.
I don't know if you guys can speak Ukrainian, but
Dude, he's got some skinny ass legs.
I know, right? Look at his haircut. Like they all have the same haircut.
That's so weird.
Anyways, that's weird, dude. Going back to the article for a second. Okay. So then that was nice of him, though, that he covered it. Halushka has never been shy about his ties to the Azov Battalion. During the Invictus Games in April, he wiped out an Azov flag as he accepted a gold medal, which was hosted in the Hague.
The
Hague, where war criminals are normally tried, not awarded. Likewise, in Orlando, Halushka wore an Azov Battalion T-shirt as he accepted the gold medal for indoor rowing. He was honored days later as the heart of his team, the symbol of Ukrainian bravery. Was a member of the fascist right sector. Perhaps the most famous Ukrainian Warrior Games participant is Yulia Palevska, who the New York Times has dubbed a symbol of Ukrainian bravery and self-sacrifice. Palevska gained international recognition this March when she handed off footage she had filmed in Mariupol to a journalist with Associated Press. The video showed her evacuating Azov battalion soldiers from the Azovstal steel plant in Mariupol, where she was captured by Russian forces. 3 months later, she was released. She was released by Russia. Was such a notable event in Ukraine that President Zelensky personally remarked on the development. Dude, is it just me, or is she just like not kind of look like a woman?
I was to say, is that Leah Thomas?
I thought it was just me. Because I was like, yo, I don't know what's going on with this, but okay. Whatever. The Associated Press downplayed her links to the Azov battalion, writing Russia has portrayed Tyra as working for the nationalist Azov battalion, but the AP found no such evidence. And friends and colleagues said she had no links to Azov. However, she was a member of another neo-Nazi formation similarly incorporated into the Ukrainian military, a fact not mentioned by mainstream media outlets that vaulted her to war hero status.
Why would they at this point, honestly?
They wouldn't. Why would they? A 2019 Bloomberg Business Week report identified her as a former member of the right sector. There's no such thing as ex-right sector, she claimed. After leaving the group amid infighting, she organized a team of combat medics named after her World of Warcraft character, Tyra's Angels. Bloomberg's correspondents met with her in Mariupol, which was then controlled by the Azov battalion. Palevska's medic group runs through about $20,000, half of it from on board in cash, fuel, and medical supplies every month.
That seriously looks like a dude.
Dude, this is a dude. Like, I'm sorry, but look at.
Yeah.
Chat. Smash or pass. Come on now. Come on, chat.
Big time pass. Hey,
I mean, this is
usually Ukrainian women are pretty hot, but
they are. Dude, this. I don't know what's going on with this, but
that I mean, she honestly looks like she's kicking it Third Reich style. Honestly,
agreed. Everybody's saying pass. Jeremy Irons from Die Hard 2. That's funny. Oh my god. I bet
she kind of does look like a Die Hard
Smash.
villain. Yeah.
And that's a woman? Oh my god. Apparently, you guys, it's a woman. Everyone I talked to describes her dapple with a Buddhist tattoos and sporting dyed blue hair. Oh my god. MK Ultra alert. As motivated purely by patriotism, he added in a photo posted by the official Facebook page of Ukrainian Warrior Games team. Palevska is tattooed of the ultra-nationalist slogan, "Glory to Ukraine, glory to the heroes," is clearly visible. Another member of the Palevska's media group was wearing a t-shirt from the neo-Nazi apparel company Svaston and an iron crossing ring, according to Bloomberg. And then this is It is difficult to believe that Palevska and Halushka are the only members of the Team Ukraine that have belonged to the neo-Nazi groups. A photo posted on the team's official Facebook page show 5 team members performing a fascist salute in front of the Warrior Games banner. This is at Disney World.
It makes me feel better knowing the fact that probably nobody knows that.
Oh my god!
The public, stupid Americans. We do Nazi salute.
I know we do Nazi salute. You don't know. You don't know what you're doing here. That's okay. We do know. Look at this guy's face. He's like, these fools don't know what's going on.
Stupid Americanos.
In another photo, a member of the team wearing the Warriors Games t-shirt can be seen holding a right sector flag, and 7 veterans associated with the team bear the flag of the 14th Waffen Grenadier Division of whatever the fuck this is, the SS.
Schluchstaffel? Yeah, that's Schluchstaffel.
Yeah, Schluchstaffel.
Schluchstaffel.
The SS, a Nazi military formation made up of Ukrainian nationalists. American taxpayers have already forked $60 billion over the Ukraine since the war broke out in 2014. They are therefore entitled to know whether the Department of Defense paid the team's Ukraine travel expenses. I mean, who fucking cares at this point, man? Like, who? They came to Disney World and they did this. Who cares that they got a free trip? But like, oh, who fucking, dude? Like, seriously, priorities here.
Well,
man.
I mean that and 60 billion, right? I mean, it's a drop in the bucket. Sending a bunch of Nazis to Disney World is kind of a drop in the bucket. 60 billion in fucking war funding that we've been sending to the Ukraine.
I know. Oh my God! Video from the Department of Defense shows the Ukrainian team deboarding on the tarmac at They're like all proud of it too. Like, did they even pass through customs? Oh, I didn't check out this video. We should check that out. The Pentagon Warrior Games has refused to answer these questions, and of course, stonewalled the gray zone ever since. While the presenter of the neo-Nazis with the Ukrainian fight forces may come as a little surprise to critical observers of NATO's conflict with Russia, their invitation to Disney World by the Department of Defense is without a doubt one of the weirdest episodes in the Ukraine proxy war. I agree. This is bizarre.
Yeah.
Like, by bizarre standards.
God, look at those legs, man.
I know.
They have fucking chicken legs, man.
Look, this is the red sleeve he wore to cover up his tattoos.
Well, the funny thing is he could probably get away with saying, "Oh yeah, that's that's my elbow brace." You know how they sell those things?
Yeah. And well, and also like the athletes always wear those like weird like sweat sleeves or whatever, like what he's wearing. I've seen those like lots of times at
the wicking shirts. Yeah.
So let's see. Is there a video of this thing? No, there's no video. I clicked on that. Whatever. So that one's done. We finished that one. Sorry, I'm just closing some tabs. Okay, here's the video of the unlisted video of the Warrior Games. Actually, this one is not unlisted. This is still available. I'm just gonna mute this shit. But so this is a bunch of people. This is the Ukraine team.
Team Nazi.
Team Nazis. Nazis at the Magic Kingdom. Yay, you guys.
I'm sure Walt Disney's spinning in his grave right now, too.
It's the happiest place on earth, even for Nazis.
It's the most Naziest place on earth. You know, the funny thing, too, is I bet Disney had no fucking clue either.
You don't think they did?
I don't think they. Most people don't know. Seriously. I mean, honestly, I completely forgotten about Azov until you brought it up. Because it's just been out of the cycle.
I've been thinking about it a lot recently. Out of all
the things that I think about, I honestly don't think about the war in Ukraine. That's
like I don't think about it often, but it's just like once in a while I'll hear something, especially like something like this, and I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Like, come on, Jon Stewart, you're Jewish, for God's sakes. Like,
I know. It's funny. It just shows you the world of tolerance we live in when a Jew and a Nazi can go hand in hand to Disney World.
I just think it's insane that like you and I will go on Twitter and we'll say, we think She-Hulk sucks and the MCU is insane now. And then we'll be met with, oh, you guys are all Nazis. And like, fuck you, you Nazi bigots.
The weirdest thing is no one's actually ever called me a Nazi. In the last 5 years of me being on YouTube and Twitter, no one has actually called me a Nazi.
Every week. That's crazy.
I know.
I've been called a Nazi, dude. So many times. I've been called a Nazi, a white knight for white supremacists. I think that was my favorite one. But yeah, a Putin lover. I've been called that. Commie. Just like,
that doesn't make any sense.
All of it. But hey, I take it with stride now at this point. I just think it's just so ridiculous that there are so many different like these virtue signaling assholes are constantly on Twitter talking about like, Nazi this and Nazi that. And then here, lo and behold, real Nazis. And they're like, well,
they're fine. They're the good Nazis.
They're the good Nazis. They're on the right side of things. I mean, the left. Little Pope boy, send a membership. Thank you so much. A membership message. Thank you so much for that. It says, Galaxy peace be onto you, Nina. Hugs. Oh, thank you. That's so sweet. And then Mr. Tickle Trunk, thank you so much for the super sticker of a doggy holding a heart. Love that. Thank you. And then there's a bunch from 200 Watt Studios. Thank you so much for your generosity, hon, and being here tonight. Let me read these. 200 Watt Studio says, funny you never see any Ukrainian war footage on the news these days.
You're not wrong.
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know because I don't watch TV or the news. So is
I have it on in the background, like not because I want it on. Typically because my wife turns the TV on in the morning and it just kind of gets left on. I think it was like ABC or whatever. It's the one that's owned by Disney. So I get to see great things like The View on occasion. But yeah, I mean, every time they mention Ukraine, honestly, I don't remember the last time I even remember hearing Ukraine being mentioned. But yeah, I haven't seen any like war footage in a while.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, I see it like on Twitter once in a while, like what's going on with the Ukraine. Like
I hear still more about COVID than I hear anything about Ukraine.
I do too. By the way, the lovely Sherry's in the house. It was her birthday today, so happy birthday, lovely
happy birthday, Sherry.
I just want to make sure I say a happy birthday to you. Very sweet lady. So thanks for being here. And then 200 Watt Studio also said, I have so-called pacifists that have Ukraine flags in their bio and who praise the funds sent to Zelensky. I'm like, but I know people like that. 200 Watt Studios. I'm like, I
don't don't get the rampant support for Ukraine. I really don't. And it's funny. Somebody actually super chatted me this. He's like, which former Soviet authoritarian country do you support? Ukraine or Russia? I was like, neither.
What a bizarre question to ask.
No, it was a joke, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the whole point is what he was making is the fact that they're both former Soviet authoritarian countries. And it's just like the idea that I'm Team Russia. I'm Team Ukraine.
If I was going to support one, I'm with Chrissy Mayer. I'm rooting for Putin because he's the one that got rid of COVID. Like basically it was like right after he did that whole thing with Ukraine, everyone was like, what's COVID? Like what? So I'm kind of rooting for Putin.
Did he stop just letting Europeans in?
Yeah, and then all of a sudden it was like, what's that? No, nobody cares anymore.
Did you hear? He also got rid of monkeypox. He shot all the gays.
Oh my God. Did he now?
No.
Did he now?
But it is illegal to be gay in Russia, though.
I know. That is true. That is true.
I am not gay. I have relationships with women. Sex with men.
And I got news for you. That means you're gay.
I heard Fauci put out a monkeypox vax. Did you hear about that? That's coming.
Do they give you the injection through butt sex?
Oh my God, I don't know.
Can they use a meat syringe?
I'm gonna say yes.
Take
a wild guess here.
I was talking to my wife about monkeypox. It was like about a month ago. And I was like, we don't have anything to worry about. We don't hang around at Turkish bathhouses.
Oh my God, I know, right? It's like, I cannot even understand those articles that come out. Like, and I've seen several where they're like, straight married men get monkeypox and are wondering why. And I'm like,
Are they fucking dudes?
For you.
Yeah.
like, dude, or like, wife wonders why her straight husband has monkeypox, and I'm like, I got news for you. Your husband's gay.
The things that bother me is when you hear stories about how, like a gay couple's dog got monkeypox. It's like, oh my God.
God,
There's
yeah,
something
or
wrong
kids,
with you people. Yeah, or kids.
Yeah, I've heard that too, and it's just like I don't want to ask questions that I don't want answers to. Like, that's fucked up.
No, I especially when it comes to kids, you got to ask the questions, man, because
I know but it's terrible answers. Like you're like, oh God.
I know the answer is not something I want to know, but it's like you got to know for the sake of the kid.
I know what you're saying. I mean, the same thing for pets is like these motherfuckers. What are they doing to this dog? Like, get that dog out of there. Leonard S., thank you so much for the 5, says billions of dollars have been approved by the U.S. Congress for Ukraine. What proof do we have that this money is being used to fight Russia? Hey, that's a pretty good question. I have no answers to that.
Yeah, no, I don't.
It's like when they said that they were sending like a shit ton of money to Afghanistan for gender studies, and I was like,
no, it's Pakistan.
Oh, was it Pakistan?
Yeah, it's Pakistan.
Sorry. Sorry, I'm canceled now. False news. Yeah, I was like, I don't know if they're gonna actually. I don't know if those Pakistani women are gonna get the gender studies that they're apparently being given. I don't.
My favorite was when the Taliban took over and they were basically mocking us.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was funny. They're talking about how they're going to have the most inclusive and diverse, ruling council and shit like that. It was funny. It was absolutely hilarious. It's like,
yeah. And then didn't it like right after that? Didn't they say like they want to put like Al Qaeda representatives in the UN? I know they did that for Iran. There's like a UN. Iran is like the head of the women's rights in the UN or something like that. And I think they did the same thing similar to Al Qaeda.
I find that absolutely hilarious.
I do too. I mean, dude, you can't make this shit up.
Yeah,
seriously.
You
can't make this shit up.
If the UN is that fucking stupid, let them do it.
I mean, yes.
Let them set back women's rights 20 years. Speaking
of women's rights and crazy Middle East and people who have, relations with that area, Saudi woman gets 45-year prison term for social media posts, rights group says. This is insane. So the Saudi Arabian court has sentenced a woman to 45 years in prison for social media posts.
Was she not wearing a burqa while tweeting on?
I don't know. Like, it doesn't go into what the tweet was, but basically he was, long story short, they were saying bad stuff about the government.
Well, yeah, I mean that's typically how it goes, right?
Yeah.
How do you know when you're authoritarian, country without saying it, right? You prison the people that criticize the government.
Well, and this is why this was so interesting to me, and it kind of like stood out really well because I saw this right after I saw this this clip going around from Lizzo at the MTV Awards talking about how much how let's just listen to what she has to say.
God, that woman's disgusting.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is. Yes, she fucking is.
What music video for good means, but I do know what your vote means, and that's a lot. Your vote means everything to me. It means everything to making a change in this country. So remember, when you're voting for your favorite artist, vote to change some of these laws that are oppressing us.
What laws? I don't know what. Laws that are oppressing us. So this is why I'm just kind of like, okay, so laws that are oppressing us. Here's
in order
a woman,
for us to do better, we must do better every day to make things better. I mean, it's just words. It's fucking empty, hollow word salad words. That's all that is.
You sounded like a writer
Kamala
from
Harris?
No, you sounded like a writer from Rings of Power. Like, isn't that what she said in the trailer? She's like, we must become the best of ourselves or something like that. I was like,
in order to defeat evil, we must become the best of ourselves.
Yeah, some shit like that. I was like, what is this?
What does that even mean?
Yeah. So then there's this woman in Saudi Arabia who is an ally of the United States. They're big allies. And this is what's going on over there. The women are getting 45-year prison term sentences for social media posts. And then there's Lizzo talking about
but they're not white
oppression.
women being talking about oppression in the United States, right? I mean, but my abortions, right? I mean,
yeah, but my abortions. Oh my God, it's clown world, man. It is insane out here.
This is the thing. It's funny. I always bring this up, to the crazy feminists. It's like you want to see true oppression of women. Go to the fucking Middle East.
Yeah, go to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
You can't
Go
drive.
to
You can't do
Saudi Arabia.
shit.
Yeah,
you can't do shit. I like this post here by Luke, the co-host for Tim Pool.
Luke Rakowski.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
he
great.
posts actual photo of oppression in America.
I
It's
know.
Lizzo with a fucking private jet coming there with her. What is that?
She's fucking oppressed.
Caesar's. She ain't having no Caesar salad. I can tell you that much right now. This picture is actually a good picture of her. This is before she gained another 200 pounds.
She still looks disgusting.
I mean, yeah, but at least she's a planetoid here, not quite a planet yet. She's just a moon at this point.
That's no moon.
Good Lord. That's no moon. Oh my God. It drives me crazy. These leftist weirdos talking about oppression, talking about stuff that they've never gone through.
One thing I like to bring up, anytime somebody talks about how oppressed they are, I like to say that you get to go and shit in clean water.
Mm-hmm.
You are not oppressed.
Yep.
Seriously, you are not fucking oppressed.
So true, man.
Doesn't mean you don't have problems. Doesn't mean that society doesn't have problems.
Yep.
But, you are not oppressed. You get to shit in clean water.
Mm-hmm. And you get to, not go to jail for 45 years for talking online. Just saying.
You can go and say Trump is a fucking neo-Nazi fascist, and you will not go to prison. Mind
you, having said that, actually, let's clarify some things, because that's what they want. They want to create that world. They want the censorship world. The leftists want that world. They want the world where they can go and pull up your tweets and then be like, you know what? This tweet right here, unacceptable. Right to jail for you. Like, they want to do stuff like that. And I'm gonna.
Oh yeah, I mean,
all that shit out.
The funny thing about it is that they've been doing this shit for like the last 5 years in the UK, and they have finally stopped doing it because they realized that nobody fucking trusts the police at this point for the shit. It has caused so much damage. Sending the police to go counsel someone for a quote unquote transphobic tweet. Thank God they realize that they look like a bunch of morons for doing it.
I don't know what to say. 200 Watt Studios for 5 says maybe the Charlottesville Nazis will just out in support of Ukraine.
Oh yeah, that's an easy out for them, right? We support the Ukraine. We support our fellow Ukrainian Nazis.
They should probably do that. I mean, at this point, why not?
That would make the left's head explode.
It would. It would.
What do you mean they support the Ukrainians? The Ukrainian Nazis.
They really need to start putting them Ukraine flags in their profiles.
Yeah.
Your Barmy, thank you so much for the 5. Says Russia arrests Grenier for weed. U.S. brings likely war criminals to Disney.
My favorite was how the View was talking about. It's a good thing we're treating a war criminal, a dude known as the God of War, who basically sold weapons to terrorists, and we're trading it for this useless basketball player. My favorite part was they were talking about, well, we need to know why she went there to begin with, is the fact that women just aren't getting paid enough.
Oh my God. Are you serious?
Yeah, seriously. I was like, fucking Sonny, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, Sonny. You're retarded.
Oh my God. Have you seen that one clip of that one guy who goes around and interviews people on the street? He does that like the whole Jay Leno thing, like, from way back in the day where we're just talking to people on the street and asking them random questions. So this dude goes, I think he's like in New York, and then he's like talking to these like leftists about like the WNBA and like how, you know, like equal pay and all that stuff.
Nobody fucking cares about the WNBA.
What? And
Not
like
even
the
women.
funniest shit was how they were like, we don't, you know what? Let me just pull up the clip because there's no way that I could do this justice.
I honestly, I don't even understand why we still have the WNBA. Nobody fucking watches that shit.
Nobody watches that.
All they do is complain about how they don't get paid enough. And the reason why they don't get paid enough is because they suck compared to the men's team. No offense, ladies. And nobody wants to watch it. And it's the reason why they complain about you know, the pay gap and whatnot. It's like, well, you're not performing. Nobody wants to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there at least there's tennis, right? Tennis is actually, you know, a very popular sport. You know, even with the women's division, very, very, very popular,
extremely popular sport.
But WNBA, no, nobody wants it. Nobody gives a shit.
Watch
tennis, yes.
Watch this. I don't know if you've seen this, but this made me laugh so hard. Feminists can't name WNBA team. This is so funny.
You can, right?
I mean, yeah, the Lakers.
Now, here's the hard question. On topic of women's sports, can you name any WNBA teams?
What's up, guys? We're here in East Village, New York City, and we're asking people if they support women's sports. But then we're going to ask them if they could name a WNBA player.
Who's your favorite men's basketball player? Do you have a favorite basketball player?
Stephen Curry.
Stephen Curry? Okay. Do you have a favorite women's basketball player?
I forgot her name.
I mean, women deserve equal pay. They do equal
Oh
amounts
God!
of work.
Can you wear a dress?
WNBA
Yes.
players?
What is
No,
that?
I can't. I don't like sports a lot. Yeah, I don't know.
But I think you could probably name some NBA players, right?
I could, and I think that's because it's a lot more publicized.
Who's your favorite men's basketball player?
I think Shaq is really funny.
And now I have a question. Who's your favorite women's basketball player?
Someone on the UConn's women's basketball team. We're from Connecticut.
So you guys can name one NBA player, I'm guessing, right? You guys can do that.
Name an NBA player, yeah.
Well, can you name it? Can either you name a WNBA player?
No, I cannot name a WNBA player.
Not even one? Like, come on.
WNBA. I can name women's soccer players.
Give us a few women's soccer players then.
What's her name? Oh, Rapinoe. Hope something.
Okay.
The goalie.
Nobody cares about women's soccer either.
I forgot her name. Do you know what I'm talking about?
That's right, yeah. I'm going to give you her first name, and let's see if you can get the last name. Ready? Brittany.
Spears.
Wow.
Not a basketball player, but good try.
Wow.
They're both playing the same sport. Women are equal to men.
Is it bad when when you said
what?
Brittany? I wanted to say Venti.
That's hilarious. I love Brittany Venti.
You name at least like any players, any WNBA players?
Damn, and I know one off the top of the head. It's
Male
not
feminist.
gonna come off.
Who's like a famous basketball player that you know of, a men's basketball player?
I mean, all I can think of is Michael Jordan, to be honest.
At
But
least that's
the
one.
hard question is, can you name a women's basketball player?
No, I actually can't.
What's the
Yeah.
WNBA team that plays here?
You can't.
In New York.
Oh, I have no idea. Yeah, I have no idea.
The New York
Starts with an L?
statue of
Oh, is that like Liberty or something?
yeah, New York Liberty. And the Liberty.
Wow.
That's
Anyways,
hilarious.
you get the idea. This is
nobody
is
cares.
why the WNBA doesn't do well, because nobody fucking cares
Yeah, seriously.
at all. Bradley, thank you so much for the 5. Says is clearly Nina Infinity is clearly the Persian face of white supremacy. Isn't that how it works now? I mean, it's true. You got me. You got me. I mean, look at this face. I mean, fucking white. so white. Thank you for that, Bradley. 200 Watt Studios for 5 says they talk about the war in Ukraine and need for more money, but they never show any footage. You know what's crazy? 200 Watt Studios regarding the footage is that I think the footage that they do show, usually it's the stuff that like most people don't want to see. So like, meaning like I've seen some footage from there that's like stuff that nobody wants to see, you know what I mean? And they don't really show that kind of stuff on the media, like the stuff that the Ukrainians are doing to Ukrainians. Like they're not doing this stuff to the Russians, they're doing this to the Ukrainians, and the stuff that the media doesn't actually want you to see.
Are
so
you getting kind of like a wag the dog feel from all
Yes.
this now?
Yes. Absolutely comics. A lot of it. Holy moly. Massive super chat here from JH. I'm so sorry. I cannot read your name because it's all together. Can you help me out with this, comics?
It looks like J.H. Schwashbach.
There we go. Schwashbach. Thank you.
Schwalbach. Sorry, Schwalbach.
Thank you so much for the $110.12. Thank you so very much. Says, I'm a straight white male who gives a lot of money to geeks and gamers and Rhetoric, but I love both of you. Nina and Nina in a manly way. Comics, you're okay. I just want to support. I'm okay. See you on FNT Hail. My goodness, thank you so much. So generous for
that. Was very
chat.
Generous of you, man.
Wow, that's incredible.
It could be worse, like comics. Fuck off,
dude. At least you got a you're okay. Because I've done streams with like John before or like other people before where they get, you know, either nothing or like, you know, not nice messages. And you're like, dude, what? Why? You know?
It's funny. Occasionally I'll come across a detractor in the F&T chat. Why is comics even on the panel? He never says anything.
Oh my god!
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Or I mean, there's that. Or you know, why is comics on the panel? He's a fucking moron. I don't know. You know, ask Gary.
That's hilarious. Play the clip. Which clip? What are you talking about? What people? What clip?
The gay clip. You know.
The gay clip. Okay, here it is.
Gay.
Here it is.
I am not gay. I have relationships with women, sex with men.
And I got news for you. That means you're gay.
Here's another one. Here's another one just in case you haven't had enough.
Flick too hard, damn it!
So 200 Watt Studios says, sorry about that.
I know.
It's like, dude, I actually think it's funny whenever I see that stuff.
Oh my god.
I always have a good laugh, so it never gets me mad or anything.
Thank you again for that generous super chat, man. That's incredible. Oh my god, have you seen this clip? This is one of my favorite new ones. I'm just gonna play it just because it's fun.
I guess I'm here to send out the bat signal.
A bat signal, for listeners who might not know, refers to the children's character the Bat Man, a strong gentleman who fights crime nocturnally.
That's correct. Well put.
The fuck is that from?
It's from Parks and Recs.
Oh, is that okay?
Yeah. I love that show.
That's a show I did not get into.
Oh man, you gotta watch it. It's so good. I love that show. It's incredible.
I'll be honest with you. I was kind of done with the faux documentary at that point, and I just did not find the show very funny.
Really?
Yeah.
I loved it, and I think maybe if you go back to it now, you might find it funny because, well, everything else is not funny anymore. So you're like, oh, okay, I think this is pretty good. I agree. I think Parks and Rec is amazing. I just recently rewatched it. That's why I saw that clip and I was like, oh my god, this is hilarious.
In my opinion, the only thing good to come out of Parks and Rec was Chris Pratt.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, that's where he was found.
Yeah.
He's incredible in that. It was so funny. 200 Watt Studios for 5 says they talk about the war in Ukraine. Oh, we saw that one. Thank you. 200 Watt Studios for 2 says the best part of the Ice-T clip is the music. It's true. It's true.
God, yeah. And that's the Guts theme or something like that.
It's the Guts theme from Berserk, and it's absolutely amazing. Because I've seen that clip like without the music. It's not as funny.
No,
it is
not.
Not as funny at all. I heard some people were getting claimed on that now too, by the way. Like the
really? Wow.
Yeah, the gay clip. It's funny. Tricky for 5 says, where's CNN's death counter for monkeypox? Oh my god.
Nobody cares.
I remember when they had that for the fucking COVID, and I was like, what is this?
Did you notice they stopped doing that when Biden got elected?
Yes.
Yeah.
I did.
When Trump was president, you know, they did it all the fucking time. As soon as Biden took over, that sucker went away real quick.
Oh my God. Here's another one for $11.12. P.S. Get Streamlabs couldn't do a real chat through YouTube. Schwalbach German means guy who live by the brook. Oh, also give Google Kevin Smith's wife. What? Also Google Kevin Smith's wife. Okay. Hold on,
Okay.
Kevin Smith wife. Oh God. What is going on here?
I don't know, man.
Oh, she's got the same last name.
Jennifer Schwalbach. Okay.
Schwalbach.
Yeah. Okay.
Schwalbach. I see. Schwalbach. There we go. I could say that. Schwalbach. With regards to Streamlab, the problem with Streamlab with me and my channel, unfortunately, was because of PayPal. PayPal won't connect to my Canadian PayPal account. It's fucking bizarre. It's because I live here in Mexico, so they wouldn't connect to my Canadian one. So I went to make a Mexican one, like a Mexican PayPal, but then Mexican PayPal wouldn't connect my bank account, my Canadian bank account, to my Mexican PayPal account. So I had to make a Mexican bank account for here, but then they wouldn't link it to the YouTube properly. So it was like a whole thing. And therefore I was like, you know what?
Mexican PayPal have pesos and wear sombreros?
Yes. It's bizarre. It's like living in another country and then dealing with banks from another country is the most annoying situation. But I did want to get Streamlabs so we can circumvent Mama Susan, but it just didn't happen because living in a third world country is sometimes very freaking annoying. I
imagine the kidnappings would get old.
I know, right? Although, did you hear about that freaking news about Natalie Portman's movie in Baltimore that got held up by a couple of drug dealers, and they were like, "You need to pay us," and I was like, "What is this, Mexico?" Did you hear about that? Did you hear about that?
No, I saw there was a Bounding in the Comics article talking about her show, and I am briefly aware of that because of the article, but I haven't read it, so I have no idea what's going on.
Let me just quickly pull it up. I just thought it was really funny because, like, you know, I live in Mexico and I deal with that kind of news, like in terms of the cartel and, like, you know, all that kind of stuff. And I was like,
where was it? In Boston? I mean, basically.
Yeah, Natalie Portman's Lady in the Lake stops Baltimore production after gun violent threats, extortion attempt. Locals reportedly set out to extort $50,000 from producers during the filming, and it was like a bunch of local guys. They just showed up and they tried to flex, and they were like, pay us.
All right, there's certain parts of the United States that might as well be a third world country. It's called Baltimore and Camden, New Jersey.
Mm-hmm. Well, I didn't know about the Camden, New Jersey one, but I knew about Baltimore because of The Wire.
Yeah, Camden. I mean, they've actually gone and made attempts to clean up Camden. So I don't think Camden is as bad as it was like 10 years ago. But I mean, it was fucking bad. I mean, it was like, it looked like a third world country.
Legal Vice is in the house. What's going on? Legal Vice says the Mexican cartels are not stupid enough to operate in a place as dangerous as Baltimore.
Seriously.
Very well said. It's true. It's true. They got their shit together over here, man. They're not effing around with that stuff. Let me get a couple more of these super chats because people are being super generous here. Tricky for 5 says, "Where's CNN?" Oh, we got that one. Thank you. Godzilla 2K26 for 2 says India was bicycles, aka weapons grades aluminum. Okay. Wait, am I missing this?
I have no idea.
I don't know what the context of this is. You might have to.
I just know that I used to work with a guy who went to India and he filmed his cab ride, and that was fucking insane.
Yeah. And I mean,
how the fact that more people don't die on the roads in India is beyond me.
It's because they're very aware of what's going on. It's organized chaos versus like there are too many rules. They would actually, that's why they get into a lot of accidents when they come to places like America and North America, because there's too many rules. They can't follow it.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with Mexico, actually, because there's a lot of traffic and stuff, but you don't actually see a lot of accidents. I saw way more accidents when I was in Canada because there's too many rules. There's too many rules, and the people here are way more, you know, they're just on edge all the time.
I don't know how they fucking pull this shit off, but I mean, but literally intersections have no stoplights, and it's just cars shooting through.
Yeah.
And I don't know how they make it work. I mean, if it was to happen here in the United States, there would be an accident in like
chaos.
5 seconds. But seriously, it's like you just see cars going through the they're honking and everything, and they're just shooting through. And
I've seen it all, man. I live here.
It's insane. It's insane.
I've told my husband we need to buy ourselves like a dash cam thing, because I see so much shit all the time that I'm like, why aren't we filming this? Like, I could go viral. Like, you know, there's so much stuff that happens here that I'm like, I could totally go viral for this. But yeah.
Start a new YouTube channel called Driving in Mexico.
I really could. I really could. Toxic Man Flu for $5 says, when did Shamu escape from SeaWorld? Oh no.
Is this another Blackfish joke?
I think this was about that.
Yeah, it was about Lizzo. I know.
Was it? I thought it was. Oh shit! Never mind. I thought it was the other person that we thought was a man, but never mind.
No,
yeah,
it was Lizzo.
It's Lizzo. Oh my god. Toxic Man Flu. My goodness. 201 Studios for 2 says billions were sent to study Pakistan. I know. Why are you writing it Pakistan? You could write Pakistan on there.
Oh no, I think it's kind of funnier.
That is true. Torgo the White for 5 says rackets and dregs at a Lizzo big girls watch party on Amazon last weekend. So many earthquakes, so much tuba music. Oh my god, I missed that because I was out. I cannot believe I missed that. But I don't know how. I don't even know how you can replay those watch parties, because I think it's like they're on Twitch. I don't know, but I need a link to that because I want to watch that. Bradley Burnett for 5 says Lizzo's oppressors is the counter between her and Donut. I can't even finish this one. Lizzo's oppressors is the counter between her and Donuts and Dunkin' Donuts. Seriously, rich music stars oppress. F you, sincerely heartfelt. I know.
It's my favorite was when Oprah came out and talked about how she was oppressed. It's like, bitch, you fucking built a media empire.
Mm-hmm.
And you were worth
her
millions.
And Meghan Markle interview, I was like,
oh god, that was so bad.
I was like, oh my fucking god, kill me now. By the way, Meghan was also in the news, which is hilarious. Because she got called out. And
oh really?
We'll
what did she get called out for?
She got called out because I'll go over it real quick since we're on the topic. She got called out by Nelson Mandela's grandson, because Meghan Markle compares her wedding to the release of Nelson Mandela. This bitch is so narcissistic.
Are you fucking serious?
And tone deaf. The grandson of Nelson Mandela lashed out at Meghan Markle on Tuesday after she likened celebrations resulting from her royal wedding to the joy over the release of the iconic anti-apartheid activist from prison. Speaking to the Daily Mail, I cannot pronounce this word, his name, Zweliviwalilio.
Yeah, we'll just say Mandela.
I'll just say Mandela. Z Mandela, a South African MP, said he was surprised by Markle's remarks. On Monday, the Duchess of Sussex told the Cut magazine, by the way, we all know it should be Cut magazine.
Yeah.
Just saying. That during the 2019 premiere of Lion King, the South African member of the cast claimed that her wedding with Prince Harry made South Africans rejoice in the streets the same way we did when Mandela was freed from prison. Mandela's grandson, however, believed.
I mean, seriously, she's like half white and half black. I mean, why would South Africans give a shit about that?
why would anyone? But also, it's like, dude, how narcissistic are you to even compare yourself with him? Like, who the
She
fuck
wants
are
to be
you?
president one day. The problem is that she's like twice as stupid as AOC.
Yeah, twice as dumb, and nobody likes her. Like, at least some
Literally
people like
nobody likes
AOC, you know, at least like they're like, oh, she's pretty or whatever, but nobody likes her like at all. It's really funny. Mandela's grandson, however, believes that such comparisons played down the sacrifice of his grandfather, no shit, and other figures that fought against apartheid, a policy of segregation and discrimination against non-white majority, which existed in South Africa from 1948 to the early 1990s. Madiba's celebration was based on the overcoming of 350 years of colonialism with 60 years of brutal apartheid regime in South Africa, so it cannot be equated to as the same, Mandela's grandson said, referring to the clan name of the former South African leader. We're still bearing the scars of the past, but Mandela's celebrations were a product of the majority of the people being brought out into the streets to exercise the right of voting for the first time, he said, adding that even now there are people who want to be Nelson Mandela.
Well, not only that, I mean, Nelson Mandela was actually imprisoned, you know, by the British.
Yes.
Okay, all she did was marry into the British royal family. I mean,
yeah, and then she's all like, oh my god, I was like imprisoned in that castle and nobody was like nice to me.
it's probably because you were a bitch to everybody.
She was. They had to cover up for so much shit because she was like such a bitch to
Oh my god, all the racism they hated me, Harry, and the kid. No, they hated you because you're a fucking cunt. That's why.
Yeah, that's why when Harry was like, we want out of the family, they were like, get out.
Yeah, get the fuck
We
out.
don't care.
It was funny because when that happened, I overheard a conversation from one of my British coworkers, and she's like, "Yeah, it's probably for the best."
Yeah.
Nobody fucking liked her.
Nobody liked her. I know. I read a lot of stuff about that everybody was like, bye. like bye, Felicia. Like nobody cares about you. Thank you for that super chat, Bradley Wilson. The unauthorized biography of Tom Hanks for 2 says, go Lizzo. Beach balls need representation too. Jesus Christ, Wilson.
Beach slam whales need representation.
Jay Darkliner for 2. Darklighter for 2. Nina's from a place called Saudi Caucasia. Okay.
Oh my god, that's so hilarious.
Oh no.
Saudi Caucasia.
Oh my god, that's funny. Oh my god, Ulf. I'm just gonna say Ulf Berserkier. Thank you so much for the $10. It says, hail, Nina and fellow short person. Y'all are really good people, and I enjoy hearing your opinions and comics. Please, for Halloween wear platforms, keep on making haters angry. It's entertaining. Oh.
Well, you know, if I actually wore platforms, it would make me over 6 foot.
You'll be able to just reach the counters in the platforms, I'm sure. Just about there. The John Beck for 5 says, she's being oppressed by laws of gravity or friction, bigots.
Hey, the John Beck. I haven't seen you in a while. How's it been?
Yeah, good to see you, man. Glad you're here. Slosher for 5 says, comics, you should check out Parks and Rec, Venezuela on TY. They tried to show how awesome socialism is. Didn't age well. Dude, that episode, comics, is one of my favorite episodes of all time television. It is so fucking good. You have to at least watch that one episode. Just
okay.
That one
you
episode.
have to tell me which episode it is so I can find it.
It's called Venezuela. Like, it just put Parks and Rec Venezuela. Let's see. Hold on. It's the one that guy's like, right to jail. They just said such a good. It's called Sister City, season 2, episode 5.
Okay.
It's
I'll
just
have to check that out. That's funny.
The guy, you know who's in it that I was like, I cannot believe this dude's in it. The guy from Moon Knight. What's that guy's name? Like the main guy.
Oh fuck. Yeah.
That guy.
That
He's
guy.
in that episode. And I was like, oh my God.
Poe
I can't believe-
Dameron.
Yeah, him. He's in it. And I was like, what the fuck? I can't believe this dude's in it. Like, he was just like a
thing is,
nobody.
he's actually a pretty decent actor.
He was
Oscar
a
Isaac,
great
thank
actor.
you. Thank you, chat.
Oscar Isaac. Thank you, everybody. Yes, he was in that episode. And I was like so surprised. I was like, I can't believe he's in that episode. And
he was great in Dune.
He was fantastic in Dune. I loved him. And I really like that movie.
It's a shame he keeps getting shit parts.
I know it is. It really is. Like Moon Knight, like fuck.
God, that was awful.
Dude, it's so crazy though. I thought Moon Knight was bad. Like I was like, oh, this is not a good show. Like I was like, oh no. But then I started watching She-Hulk, and I was like,
She-Hulk, Miss Sandry at Law.
yeah. Oh my God. It's
I heard episode 3 is going to get worse, where they're going to go after YouTubers in it.
They're going to go after YouTubers.
Well,
I didn't hear
apparently
that.
the YouTubers are going to be criticizing She-Hulk is what they're going to be doing. It's like talk about trying to be meta.
Well, I heard that they're going to do like a catfish episode and that's the one that Cardi B is going to be in, I think, because they're doing some sort of weird like Tinder catfish thing. I don't know. Something weird. We'll find out, I'm sure. At this point, I'm just going to watch it for the cringe because I'm like, holy fuck, this is bad. Okay. Bradley says, thank you for that again, Slosher. Bradley says, for $10, we have to get Nina Infinity to the FNT Orlando meetup. I got a plan to get Az here involving a freighter and a Captain Katanka. It's totally fictitious, but maybe it can work. Who gets the reference? I didn't get it.
I didn't either. No.
I'm sorry. Oh, I feel bad now that I didn't get your reference. You know what's crazy is I told Gary, I was like, why didn't you guys plan it out?
Unless it's that like I'm the Captain Now movie with fucking what's his name? Wilson. Tom Hanks. There we go.
That's Tom Hanks.
Yeah, Tom Hanks was in the movie where it's basically the Nigerians take over the freighter.
Oh.
Unless that's what he's talking about.
I don't know. I haven't seen that. But I was telling Gary, I was like, why couldn't you guys make the Orlando trip or like the Orlando thing like after the elections? After, because you know, if the red wave happens, the travel restrictions will probably get lifted and then I will be able to come. But it just didn't work out that way. It's in October and then afterwards the election will happen. And I was really, really, really hoping that the travel restrictions would be lifted by now because of what happened with, well, the CDC came out and said all that stuff. And then
they basically said because of that Massachusetts study that there really is no difference between vaxxed and unvaxxed.
Yeah, all that kind of stuff, that, you know, natural immunity is okay and blah, blah, blah. So they came out and put that stuff out. And then meanwhile, in the background, there was something going on. It's called the US freaking Open. And they were trying to decide whether or not to let Djokovic in. So there was like this battle going on behind the scenes. And unfortunately, the good guys lost again. And he wasn't allowed in. So they never dropped their restrictions. I was like, devastated, but it's also because Moderna is sponsoring the US Open, so they basically got a shit ton of money not to let him in.
Yeah, that's messed up. And this is one of the things that's happening right now. They're talking about revamping the CDC, which makes sense because basically the CDC is in the pocket of big pharma, and it's kind of the reason why the COVID response is the way it was.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Jay Darklighter for 2 says She-Hulk behaves like Bree-Hulk.
God, that show is so awful.
It's so bad. Tricky for 10 says the only wait, did I get this one? No. The only thing Lizzo's being oppressed by is gravity and her own weight. I can say this, I'm a fat guy. Aw, that's great.
I don't think you need to be just a fat guy to be able to say that. I mean,
dude, I heard, who did I heard the other day was talking about how they almost got banned off YouTube for fat phobia or basically like fat shaming people. I forget who it was that was saying that, but somebody was saying like that they almost got banned off YouTube for fat shaming. And I was like, I really got to watch out because I make fun of
I don't know.
people all
I
the
mean, I got a strike talking stuff, current events on my channel, which I still have no idea what I got it for.
Whoops.
Yeah. So yeah, you got to be careful.
Yeah, you got to be careful. I got to calm down with the fat jokes.
Well, I mean, a lot of it too. It's not just the fat jokes. It's everything. Because we live in the age of. I've been saying this for years, folks. Post-truth world. That's where we're at.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole thing, there's that big emphasis on fighting misinformation, even though the majority of the misinformation that has come out turns out to be true, especially around the COOF related stuff. And it's, I mean, you're going to get to the point where you can't even criticize the climate change stuff, right? It'll be labeled misinformation and you'll be shut down. That's the thing that's so frightening about it, is you're not even allowed to have a counter opinion or provide a counterpoint to the mainstream narrative, right? Because if you do, that's how they're going to get us, is by going and enforcing this narrative, by banning anything and everyone who says the opposite. It's ridiculous.
And like, this is why we were talking like previously, just a few minutes ago, about that whole Saudi Arabia woman getting banned. Like this is what they've been laying this plan out for a long time.
The Disinformation Governance Board that got shut down quicker than shit because everyone criticized it, even though I'm not gonna say it because I have no idea if it was part of the reason why I got banned. But yeah, I mean, that thing got shut down real fast, and mainly because people were fucking calling it out. And the thing that frightens me is that not one group, one entity, the government or big tech should be allowed to be the single source of truth.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that 100%. So, Tricky says, I give you all, y'all a fat pass. Well, you know what, Tricky? I actually don't need one because, well, I think I don't need one because I used to be fat. Like, I used to be incredibly fat and overweight, and I'd lost all the weight. That's the thing with me, is that I'm one that has come from the other side.
You've done the work.
You can too, and therefore I'm not light on people who are extremely overweight, not from like by choice. Let's just say by choice. Like, it's not like a genetic thing or whatever. It's like by choice. They're like, I'm fat and I love being fat. Kind of like what Lizzo says. Like, I love being fat, and you know, this is body positivity. I'm not down with the body positivity movement. I don't think it's right. I think it's brainwashing girls to be incredibly unhealthy.
Well, the thing that's ridiculous about it is, I mean, it is provable medical science that being overweight puts way more strain on your body, and it's totally unhealthy. And the fact that for the last, I don't know, how long has this been going on? A decade at this point, we'll say.
A long time.
They've been letting this shit slide and promoting it is insane.
Yeah, it is. And in fact, let's look at something, because since we're talking about it, I'm sorry for what your eyes are about to go through right now, but well, don't worry. I'll show you an eye palette cleanser right after. But this is what I'm talking about with regards to making these things okay. Now, this is
oh my
actually,
god, yeah, I saw this.
This is actually a satire account. Okay, so like, because everybody was freaking out, and I'm like, this is a satire account, but this is real. And I have seen a lot of actual doctors saying this. Okay, so that's why it's like world has become the line between comedy and reality is really blurred now. Like, it's
that's the
very
problem with
hard to tell.
Satire accounts. It's really hard to tell what is satire and what is not, because the lines have been so fucking blurred.
Yeah, and that's the case with this right here, because this is it. This is acceptable. Like, look at the lady behind her. It's like, you know, whatever. But this is now the new models, the new body positivity movement. This is what it's all about.
You saw what happened with Victoria's Secret, right? When they got rid of the angels and they had all these body positivity, and like their sales fucking dropped like a rock.
And the Abercrombie and Fitch thing, did you see that like recently?
Oh god,
they all, oh my god, they all like switched to fat.
They fucking deleted that post real fast.
Did they really delete it?
Yeah,
I didn't see that they deleted it.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
I had no idea, because somebody tagged me in something. And it was pretty funny because they showed the button and it was like a guy like gripping the pants, trying not to explode. It was really funny.
I saw that.
Yeah, I had no idea where that was from. We're talking about that. I think it was like on Monday. and they're like, "Oh, that was from Abercrombie and Finch," and apparently, yeah, they went and they deleted it.
I'm trying to find something that somebody posted on this thread that I posted as an eye palette cleanser. But my God, this thread has gotten a lot of replies. I just realized, I'm like, oh my God, how many replies does this freaking thread have? Because you know how sometimes you like tweet something out and you go away and then you're like,
yeah. Well,
wow,
the funny thing is, I remember when they first started having the first quote unquote plus size models, which was basically not skinny women. You know, I mean, and that was fine, right? I mean, because there were still attractive women. They just weren't rail thin, and you could say it's what a real woman's body looks like. And I wouldn't say that was controversial at the time, but oh yeah, I remember seeing that.
There you go.
Yeah, damn.
There's for the chat. This is for you to remember what models used to look like.
Yeah. Models like, with very skimpy clothing.
God damn. That lady was.
Damn, indeed.
Whew. She was hot. Hot like a tamale.
Yep.
200 Watt Studios. Oh, now, okay. Said you missed a few of my super chats, but then you told me that I'm good. Don't worry. I got them all. I got a system. Godzilla 2K26 for 2 says, sorry, it was in relation to the Pakistan comment. Oh, okay. I got you now. I got you. 200 Watt Studios for 2 says that was the joke. Packing stand root of monkeypox. Oh no.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Hey Demaj Nye, I don't know if I said hi to you. I just saw you in the chat. Thank you for being here. Good to see you. Your Barmy for 2 says primetime 99 heart AOC. Yes. hot like a tamale.
Oh man,
I got to meet him last Wednesday. That guy's a hoot.
Oh yes, he is.
No, it wasn't last Wednesday. Sorry, it was last Thursday. I got to meet him
in person. Oh, okay.
No, like on stream.
Oh my God, he is so funny.
He is hilarious. John, thank you for the 5. Says let's all have a moment of silence and prayer for Lizzo's knees and ankles.
Oh my dear God, you were right. Rest in peace, knees and ankles.
Yeah. Feel really bad for those knees. Joseph, thank you for the $1.99. Says Oscar Isaac is not Solid Snake.
Did they cast him to play Solid Snake?
I didn't know that. I didn't know that at all. Okay. That's good, I guess. Aiken for $7.99 says Lizzo is banned from the mountains in summer. Smokey can't waste time following her pudding out in the virus. Her thighs start. God damn, Aiken. My God.
He's not wrong.
He's not, but holy shit, that's a burn, dude. That's a
just like
forest fire burn. Like damn, that's a burn, Aiken. Bradley for 5 says She-Hulk confuses me. Should I be more offended as a longtime comic reader or as an attorney? I dread the Daredevil appearance. It'll hurt my soul. I know, me too, man.
I think you should be offended on both accounts, both as a comic book reader and as an attorney.
I think especially as a comic book reader, though, because my God, they butchered that whole thing. Whereas I know a lot of alcoholic attorneys, so I feel like they kind of did the
like
alcoholic
Nick
attorney part. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like they did the alcoholic attorney part kind of right, but the She-Hulk stuff, not so much. What'd you say? Sorry.
No, it's making a Rekieta joke.
Say it again. I want to hear it.
Oh, I mean, I said, you mean like Nick Rekieta?
Yeah, that guy likes to drink hard. I mean, I love him, but man, I don't know how he's got those livers. I would die if I drank the amount of alcohol Nick drinks on a nightly basis.
Okay, so does he stream every night?
Yes.
Does he drink
almost every night? Like almost every night. No, he doesn't drink every night, but most nights, yes, he does. John, thank you so much for the 5. Says, I bet Lizzo's high school picture was an air. Oh my God. It's like, do you remember those pictures? Like, you remember like a
John,
high
you're a
school
horrible human being, and I love you for it.
I love this. This is hilarious. Do you remember those like, when you're taking a school picture in your senior year, whatever, like where there's like all the people are standing there.
Oh yeah, like the class photo.
Yeah, the class photo, but it's not the class photo. It's like the school, like the senior photo. It's
Yeah,
like
the senior photo.
Yeah.
So fun fact. My senior photo, which I am not in, by the way.
Mhm.
There was a girl I know, and she basically had a dildo in the photo. Yeah.
Hello. What?
Yeah.
Why? What?
Because she could. It was a dildo with a smiley face. It was really funny.
Like she was just like holding it up, like
Not
hey.
she had her arms crossed and she had it in one hand, and yeah, it wasn't like holding it up. This is like 92, guys. But yeah, she actually got away with it. She had her arms crossed. It was very subtle. But yeah, she did have a dildo in her hand.
Incredible. My
Yeah.
friend mooned. Like one of my friends mooned the photo. That was funny. Because they didn't realize that she did it, and the school photo came out and there was a butt in it and people freaked out. And then they were like, we're not releasing this. It was like a whole thing. She got into a lot of trouble actually. But yeah, like that, I imagine like Lizzo's high school, like that, like the senior photo. It's like them with like they would have to like they try to take it, and it's like it's basically just her and like a bunch of ants because she's so big.
She could have been skinny in high school.
That's true. That's true. Because she was smaller back in the day.
I have no
She just
idea.
got a lot bigger. Zeke, thank you. Zeke 2517. Thank you so much for the $10. Says body positivity is encouraged by skinny women to eliminate the competition. Oh, damn. Damn. That's an interesting theory. That's interesting. I never thought about it like that. That's funny. 200 Watt Studios for 5 says, link to that model video, please. I need it on a 2-minute loop. God damn it. 200 Watt Studios, get your fapping material elsewhere. Thank you. Bradley for 5 says, there's nothing wrong with alcoholic attorneys. You can't do this job without booze, I say, as I continue to drink scotch. Dude, you're right. Especially like, I feel like, you know what, all of them, because I was gonna say criminal law and divorce attorneys, especially, like I feel like you need a lot of alcohol, like family court.
No, family
like, especially
court.
like
Yeah.
if you've seen like the shit that they like go through for kids and stuff like that. There's like horror stories, and then criminal stuff because you're fucking depressed. Like you're seeing some really
what
crazy
it comes
shit.
down to is that attorneys don't have a soul and they need to fill it with something.
That's a good point. That's a good point. I could see that. I can see that. And in fact, I'm going to play this very relevant clip right here.
Tuts, when I grow up, I want to be a lawyer just like you.
Good for you, son. If there's one thing America needs, it's more lawyers. Can you imagine a world without lawyers? Oh.
God, The Simpsons used to be so good. Bobo Yogi, it's good to see you, man. For $2, says James Webb Telescope was built for Lizzo's selfies. Oh my God. Dude, these super chats to dunk on freaking Lizzo are the best thing that's ever happened to me. Keep them coming, guys. Thank you. Thank you so much. Valkyria Winter for 10 says, seeing all the fat models, hearing about the fat positive stuff just makes me want to continue doing my best to lose weight. Indeed. Good for you. Fist bump right here. That's what it's all about. That's what I want to hear. Incredible. I love that. John, thank you for the 5. Says, so Lizzo was smaller, but decided to give the fat ripcord a time. Yes. The answer to that is yes. 201 Studios for 5 says, my fat fetish is scantily clad women walking away from me. Good fucking God, dude. That's funny. Okay. Thank you everybody for all the super chats. Okay, we've caught up, so we can go to the next topic here. So we talked about Meghan Markle, we talked about Baltimore, we've talked about I'm just Xing out some of my tabs. We talked about Saudi Arabia, Lord of the Rings sucking. Okay, here's a fun one. And you know, this is kind of on topic, actually. This is on topic with the whole body positivity thing / you know, what is accepted of men. You know, because when you usually think about, especially with regards to superheroes, you know, you think about people like this dude right here.
Flick too hard, damn it!
You think about how the male body, especially when it comes to like superheroes and the female body, are especially the old school artists they drew them to look the best of humanity, right? Like
the
best
peak
of what
of human perfection.
Exactly, like what they were at the peak of human perfection, like what you just said. So this was an interesting article. Marvel artist throws shade at Black Panther 2's Namor physique. So with the release of Black Panther Wakanda Forever coming out, fans got their first look at Namor during the Black Panther 2's trailer that debuted during San Diego Comic-Con 22, giving the MCU a thrilling new anti-hero whose impact should be felt for years to come. We'll see about that.
I seriously doubt that.
Yeah, me too. While the MCU is changing up Namor's Atlantean background to something more in line with Aztec culture, largely to avoid Aquaman comparisons.
What do you mean? Here's the thing that drives me crazy about this. They might as well have just created a new fucking character. This is not Namor. Yeah.
Might as well. And this is why this is so interesting, because the creator just fucking roasts them. So he said largely to avoid Aquaman comparisons, this will add a new level of representation and heritage to the franchise's growing cachet of characters. No, it won't. So this is the picture from the trailer. The MCU is not only slightly changing up the look for Namor from the comics, but also allowing for a character that doesn't necessarily have the classic muscular physique that many of the MCU's other leading male heroes utilize, like the one that I just showed here.
Flick too hard, damn it!
Some of those dudes really work out, you know?
Yeah.
Chris Pratt was a perfect example. He was a really big fat dude in Parks and Rec. By the end of the series, he got the part for Star-Lord. He worked out. He became fit. He lost all the weight. It was fucking amazing.
He was jacked as fuck in that movie.
Great transformation. But now one of the Marvel's longtime comic artists comes out with some serious shade towards his appearance in the next Marvel studio movie. So he called out Mike Deodato Jr. took to Instagram.
Mike Deodato.
Thank you. Mike Deodato Jr. took to Instagram to throw some shade at the look of Tenoch Haruta's Namor, the submarine in Black Panther Wakanda Forever. And this has been since deleted, apparently. He shared a picture of Huerta from the movie's first trailer alongside a full body shot of himself, alongside the caption, "Pencil lifting beats swimming at any time." To compare his own physique to Huerta's, he also included the following caption expressing his feelings that Marvel Studios screwed things up with Namor. You can tell somebody screwed things up when a character from a movie looks in worse shape than the 60-year-old artist who drew him. And he posted a picture of himself next to this. And my God, you can kind of see clearly, like, that is incredible, man. I'm like, damn, that's a burn right there.
Yeah.
Like, especially at this guy here. Like, dude, work out. Like, let's go, man. Come on now. Get your shit together. I thought that was great.
Well, I mean, it's the funny thing. It's like the whole thing with the double standard when it comes to women with the MCU.
Yeah.
The men are expected to go and work out, but fuck it, what did Natalie Portman do? Okay, she worked out a little bit, but she did not get the gains. That was all CG gains.
Yeah. A lot of those the women kind of like phone it in, I feel like, you know.
Well, because the funny thing is, like, they're not doing it because of, quote unquote sexism, right? Because the male gaze and shit like that. It was funny because my wife was like, "Wow, Natalie Portman really worked out." I was like, "That's all CG. It's not real." Like,
Yeah,
really? He's
it
like, "Yeah." It's like there's no fucking way.
No, there is no way. Toxic Man Flu for 10. Thank you so much. Says, I hear Comics Division was going as Lizzo for Halloween, but he couldn't afford the Crisco to fill the fat suit. Don't do blackface. Don't do it.
Why not? Just kidding.
Tricky for 10 says the last transition from Voyager, Voyager 1 before leaving the solar system was Lizzo's senior high school photo. Good Lord. Tricky, god damn. That's hardcore. Toxic Man Flu for 5 says I could hear the individual threads on Lizzo's dress scream in pain as they stain to maintain their molecular structure. My god, strained. Oh my god. You guys are killing me with these. Jay, thank you so much for the 1417. I have friends here in Central California who own dairies?
Dairy farms?
Like dairy farms? Yeah, like dairies. And they are very happy that these companies are making sexy clothes for farm animals. It really spices things up at the oh my god! I thought he was being serious. I thought this was gonna be like a serious post about like the food shortage or something, and then oh my god, that's so bad and funny. Thank you. Oh my god. I'm gonna get banned off YouTube tonight. I feel like they're gonna be like, yeah, that's enough of your fat shaming ways. 201 Studios for 2 says Pratt was great in Zero Dark 30 and Terminal List. Wait, he was in Zero Dark 30? I didn't know that.
I had no idea.
I never watched that movie.
Yeah, neither did
I was a hardcore war activist back then, so I was like, nah, I'm fucking skipping this one.
Down with the war movies. They're horrible.
I know. I was like, no, I can't watch this. Like, I'm so against the Iraq War. I can't watch this fucking movie. Fuck off. Yeah, rest in peace, Nina's channel. For reals, though. For reals. Oh my god. Wow. I know 201 Studios. I'm dying. Terminal List was fantastic, though. I really like Terminal List. That was really good. I just saw that it's being renewed for a second season. They're working on it already. Let's talk about some other crazy ass celebrities for a second. Although, you know what? I just noticed.
I think crazy and celebrity kind of goes hand in hand.
I know that's crazy. I just noticed there's a 2-hour mark though. Comics. Can you go for a bit more?
We're good.
Okay. Just let me know if you need to call it. All right. So let's talk about a couple more crazy celebrities because, well, at least this one because this dude's fucking nuts. Family of Marine killed in Afghanistan files second lawsuit against Alec Baldwin. This dude right here. Wait, this is not.
So was Baldwin the gunman then?
That was my question too. I was like, wait, who else did he shoot?
Yeah, Alec Baldwin kill a Marine?
Yeah, what the fuck happened? The widow and sisters of U.S. Marine killed in Afghanistan during the military's chaotic departure from the country in 2021 are again suing actor Alec Baldwin for at least $25 million, claiming he exposed them to online vitriol after the actor accused one of the women of being a January 6 insurrectionist.
Oh, Jesus
The
Christ.
federal, I know, fuck. The federal suit was filed in the Southern District of New York on Friday by the family of Marine Lance Corporal Riley J. McCollum, who was one of the 13 Marines killed by suicide bomber outside Hamid Karzai International Airport on August 26. He was 20 years old. Oh my God, that's so sad.
That's sad.
That sucks. After McCollum's death, Baldwin found one of the Marine's sisters, Royce, on Instagram and sent her a check for $5,000 for his widow, Janaya, and her newborn baby. Baldwin said that the check was a tribute to a fallen soldier, according to the lawsuit. That sounds like a nice thing to do. That sounds nice. Months later, though, because everything with these people comes, with strings attached. Months later, the 30 Rock star got in a public spat with Royce after she posted a photo of herself attending a protest near Washington Monument on January 6, 2021, ahead of the first anniversary of the Capitol Hill riot. This is the corporal that lost his life. May he rest in peace. In response, Baldwin accused her of participating in the riot and called her an insurrectionist. His seemingly benevolent overtures turned into nightmare for the McCollum family, the suit alleges. Are you the same woman? So get this. He starts harassing this woman on Instagram, saying, are you the same woman I sent the money for? Your sister's husband, who was killed during the Afghanistan exit. Baldwin wrote Royce on Instagram post from his account, according to the complaint. There's the post, like the picture for it. And I guess this is her at the rally. Again, this is her with the Marine. He also allegedly sent her a direct message saying, when I sent the money for your late brother out of real respect for his service to this country, I didn't know you were a January 6th rioter, the actor wrote, according to the suit. Protesting is perfectly legal in the country, and I've already had my sit down with the FBI. Thanks. Have a nice day. Royce shot back. Good for her. I'm glad she stood up for that fucking asshole. It's like, if he had messaged me, I would have been like, go fuck yourself,
you piece of shit.
You piece of shit murderer, because you fucking killed somebody. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
I don't think so, Baldwin responded. Your activities resulted in an unlawful destruction of government property, the death of a law enforcement officer, an assault on the certification of the presidential election. I reposted your photo. Good luck.
Here's the thing. The death of the law enforcement officer, you mean the guy that died from a stroke?
Heart attack or stroke or something? Yeah, that's right. Was it a stroke?
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
It was not directly related to the fucking protest / riot /
No,
whatever.
there was another person that they said that died. I don't know if that was an officer though, but there was somebody like there was rumor going around that he got hit in the head with a fire thingy.
Yeah, that was the one that ended up dying from stroke.
Yeah, but he didn't, and yeah, he didn't die from that. He died from the stroke. I that was the same person, right?
I believe. I could be wrong.
So. Yeah, I don't know, but yes, the only person that was actually killed,
Ashley Babbitt.
Yeah, was Ashley Babbitt, and nobody fucking cares. I mean, we do. Rest in peace.
Let's put it this way. The left would care if she was black. Seriously,
I can't say you're wrong.
If she was black, they would have made a big fucking deal about it.
I agree. I think they would have too. It's ridiculous. He responded to Royce's photo on Instagram, but can you believe the fucking just the amount of balls of this dude to fucking say this to a veteran sister? Like, that is insane. Like that.
Well, the funny thing about it,
to a person who gave their lives for your fucking country. That is
I love how they call it January 6th an insurrection, but nobody talks about the 2020 insurrection, also known as the Summer of Love, where 30 people died in, I'm guessing billions. I don't know. I need to check it again, but a lot of money in property damage happened. Oh, but January fucking 6th. Jesus.
I'm sorry, but this is funny. Alec Baldwin will be doing a remake of Just Shoot Me. Oh my God. Fucking hell. That's funny. So then he said, good luck. He's basically like, I'm going to fucking post this shit online, bitch. He reposted Royce's photo on his Instagram account, which has 2.4 million followers, mentioning her involvement in January 6, 2021 protests, according to complaint. Within 20 minutes of reposting the photo, Royce received hostile and aggressive, hateful messages from Baldwin's fans, their Sue claims. He additionally misidentified Janaya as an insurrectionist in an Instagram comment, although she was not in D.C. that day, according to the lawsuit. Janaya Royce and her sister Cheyenne received messages from Instagram users accusing them of being white supremacists and liking them to Nazis. Oh boy, who were we talking about earlier?
Yeah. Just remember, folks, the Biden administration is literally funding Nazis in the Ukraine.
Yep. And then sending them to Disney World where they're receiving medals from Jewish people.
Yeah. The irony.
It's fucking insane. Like, you cannot make this shit up. The suit says some demanded that she give Baldwin back the $5,000 he had given her. I mean, I would too. I'd be like, you know what, buddy, take your fucking money and shove it up your fucking ass. The family alleges that Baldwin did nothing to stop his millions of followers from contacting them.
Well, the funny thing about it, I mean, he legit did that for the purposes of harassing her.
Yeah, absolutely.
That reposting on Instagram.
Absolutely. That's why, like, I don't feel bad for that guy one little bit. Like,
no, I don't either.
There's not a single part of me that feels even a little bit bad for Alec Baldwin. Like, he is a piece of shit, narcissist that can literally go fuck himself. Baldwin's conduct was negligent and reckless, as he should have. Negligent and reckless. Yeah, you could say that again, because he killed someone because he was negligent and reckless. As he should have known that making allegations he did against plaintiffs to his millions of followers would cause plaintiffs harm, the suit says. Yeah, you could say that again.
Well, and that's the funny thing about it, because there's a lawsuit. She can use that in the suit as evidence.
I hope she wins. I hope she takes him.
Pretty sure she will.
Fucking bang. Reps for Baldwin did not immediately respond to the request for comment. Yeah, that's because he's a piece of shit and murdered someone. This is a second lawsuit. The plaintiffs, McCollum's sister Royce and Cheyenne and his widow Janaya have filed against Baldwin. They filed a similar lawsuit against him in January in Wyoming, where Royce and Cheyenne lived. Jan currently lives in California. The suit was dismissed in May after a Wyoming judge said that she had no jurisdiction over Baldwin, who lives in New York. Now that's why they filed the suit in New York. The family members
California.
No, it's in New York.
Oh, they filed the suit in New York. Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, because he lives there. The family members have demanded a trial by jury and are seeking damages of at least $25 million for alleged invasion of privacy, defamation, negligence, and intentional infliction of emotional distress, which I think they're 100%, they should do that. I hope they do get the jury trial, and I hope it gets aired so that Nick Rekieta covers it and I can be entertained. That is incredible. What an incredible piece of shit Alec Baldwin is.
Yeah, he's a terrible human being.
Yeah, an absolute, just full-on narcissist. He does not feel like any remorse whatsoever. It's actually kind of mind-boggling when you think about how his lack of remorse is quite baffling, but also understandable because he's a psychopath. Toxic Man Flew for 5 says your channel was dead the second you thought inviting comics was a good idea. Oh no. That's okay. I'm willing to take the risk because comics is fucking awesome. Right, John, thank you for the $10. Says, was Lizzo's dress at the VMAs made by the hefty trash bag company? If you want to see a babyface Chris Pratt, look up the show Everwood. Okay, done. Doing that right now. Dude, did you see Lizzo's other dress? The one that was like a parachute?
Yeah, somebody was memeing that the other day.
Oh my God, it was so funny. I was like, who's Lizzo's friend? Like, you need to, tell Lizzo, no, girl. Like, no.
Girl, you need to lose some weight.
Well, I mean, they're not telling her that. So they might as well tell her, like, girl, no, like, go back to the stylist or wherever the fuck you got that dress from and get another one. Chris Pratt.
Yeah, she looked awful in that dress.
Oh my God, he is super young. And here I thought that he got his start from from
Parks and Rec.
Parks and Rec, but
Well,
apparently
it's certainly what made him
here.
big. Let's be honest with that.
There he is.
Oh wow! Holy shit!
Look how young he is. Oh my god.
Everwood. I don't even remember that show.
I've never even heard of it, to be completely honest with you. Wow. Wait, he's still pretty hot in this. So he must have gained weight.
He probably did gain weight for the part.
Yeah, I think he gained weight for the Parks and Rec thing, and then he lost the weight and became incredibly hot. There he is. Wow, he's so young. He still looks really good, though.
Oh, yeah.
It looks exactly the same, but just a little bit older. It's really good. Really good stuff.
It just doesn't have the Jufro.
Oh, my God. It was a pretty good show. People are saying it's good. Lisa's is good. I'd never even heard of this. That's interesting. Okay, I might have to check it out. Bird up, good to see you for $5. Says anyone who uses insurrection to describe January 6th is telling you a thing an unarmed guy in a buffalo hat took over the country. Yeah, and a bunch of people stole like Nancy Pelosi's laptop, or not laptop, the fucking stand. Like, what is that?
Oh
thing?
no, they actually had that guy on Tim Pool, and he was
the
talking
guy
about,
that stole the stand.
He did, yeah, he ended up putting it down.
Yeah, I know he did. He like put it down before, like he just walked with it.
Yeah, he just walked around with it and he put it down before he left. So he technically didn't steal it.
He couldn't take it though because it was like way too heavy and like he couldn't even like fit it through the door. It was I thought that was funny. Dude, like when I was seeing that whole thing go down, I'm like, this is what kind of fucking insurrection is this?
I know. Well, that's the funny thing. The most deadly, incident in American history was being billed as is a guy with a fucking, buffalo hat running around, and he took over the government. All these people are unarmed, by the way. Worst insurrection ever.
Like when you come from a country like me, like in Iran, or like you've seen things like, the Arab Spring, go down and, you've paid attention
Sri
to the
Lanka.
news.
I mean,
Yeah,
Sri Lanka, that's a fucking insurrection.
Chechnya,
all those
like
people
all
are
those fucking
unarmed too,
countries.
but still, I mean, they actually stormed the presidential palace and
Yeah.
for good
it was
reasons
fucking
too.
Wild. Good reasons, very good reasons, but it was fucking wild. But you're like, really? This? Like,
And I love the narrative. They were there to overturn the election. It's like, no, there's no fucking way that would have ever happened.
I know.
Fucking way. For people who believe that, you are lying to yourselves. The media is lying to you. There's no way that those people could have overturned the election.
Well, and that's the thing too, is like comics from the outside, when you're not American and you're watching this shit go down, like one of the things that America is known for to the rest of the world is how much you guys love your guns. So, and how much the fact is that, people are always freaked out about this idea that America might one day pick up their guns and stand up against their government or something, or
well, that's the reason why Joe Biden wants to get rid of the AR-15 is that,
right.
It's the stepping stone, right? If you get rid of the AR-15, the most popular rifle in the United States, the next thing that's going to go is the handgun.
Right.
And the next thing you know, you're completely unarmed and the government can basically do whatever the hell they want with you.
Yeah, but I mean, like when that whole situation went down and like, from looking from the outside looking in, you're seeing a bunch of Republicans that are supposed to be gun-loving, crazy people taking over the, DC, and oh my God, it's like all the craziness. But there's not even a single gun. Like, I was like, what is going on? Like, I not that I wanted to see that, but I was like, you would think that would be part of an insurrection.
Well, that's the funny. Yeah, there was actually more guns at that drag kids show in Texas than there was at the insurrection.
I know.
The alleged insurrection.
The alleged insurrection. That's right. It was just wild.
That is absolutely insane. That Antifa actually showed up with AR-15s to protect a drag kids show.
Unbelievable.
Nobody fucking talks about this. Nobody talks about it. It's not national news like it should be.
Nope.
But no, fucking
people are scared. People are
dressed like a buffalo.
Fucking
to cover the United States of America.
Didn't that guy get prison time? The buffalo dude?
Yeah, he pled.
How long did he get?
I have no idea.
Buffalo, dude.
The
201
QAnon shaman is what they called him.
Yeah, the QAnon shaman. Oh my god. Can you believe this?
He probably has no idea what the fuck QAnon is.
Probably not. Probably not. Unless he's a plant, in which case maybe he knows exactly what's going on. 200 Watt Studios for 5 says Baldwin is a huge narcissist. Notice how when she shut him down, he couldn't let it go. They hate not being in control, and it had to be, and he had to have the last word. Yeah, it's true. They hate not being in control. They're psychopaths. They're insane. Bradley, thank you so much for the $5. Says question: Press Pudding said to fight the USA. Press Pudding. You'd need an F-15. How was January 6th without any weapons a danger to democracy? Insurrection? Me dumb. That's interesting. We just talked about that.
Well, I like whenever the president tweets this out, I always like quote tweeting him saying, "Tell that to the goat fuckers wearing sandals in Afghanistan."
Yeah. Okay. So I think this is what you're talking about, because this is what Biden had to say about this like very recently.
God, it's so fucking stupid.
Those brave right-wing Americans who say it's all about keeping America's independent and safe. If you want to fight against the country, you need an F-15. You need something a little more than a gun. No, I'm not joking. Think about this. Think about the rationale we use. That's used.
You see all the heads bobbing in the background. Yeah, tell that to the fucking Taliban.
Oh my God.
What you know what they did? You know what they didn't have? F-15s. You know what they have now? F-15s.
F-15s.
Yeah,
that's right.
We left them a nice Easter egg of guns and weapons that tanks they didn't have before.
Everything. This was also an interesting tweet. I think he tweeted this out yesterday. Saying the extreme MAGA Republicans have made their choice to go backwards, full of anger, violent hate, and division. We've chosen a different path forward, the future, unity, hope, and optimism. We choose to build a better America.
So were the ultra MAGA Republicans the ones that were responsible for the 2020 riots? Oh, wait, no, that's right. Damn, who bailed out the protesters? Oh, that's right, Joe Biden's team, along with Kamala Harris's team. Yeah,
along with a bunch of celebrities like Alec Baldwin.
Yeah,
that went around
and other Democratic officials. Yeah, that's right. Just remember, folks, 2020 was not perpetuated by the extreme MAGA Republicans. Those were all people who vote Democrat. So keep that in mind next time you go to the voting booth and you think about voting for a Democrat.
Yeah. And this is incredible. This is an incredible tweet to me, because this is the president. This is the president of the United States.
Yeah, the guy that says he's going to be the great unifier.
Yeah, the great unifier, the guy that said we're gonna stop the hate now after Orange Man's gone. We're not gonna.
The only thing that Joe Biden has been successful at unifying is him and his son's Hunter's phone number.
Oh my God! Did you hear about the diary and how the diary is missing?
The Ashley Biden, Biden. Actually, almost said Ashley Babbitt diary. Ashley Biden diary. You mean the one that the FBI raided Project Veritas for?
Yeah, the one that apparently some chick stole or something. Like, I'm like, what? The fuck?
I don't even know who the hell is Ashley Biden anyway.
It's Hunter Biden's sister.
Okay, she's not the one that died in the car crash, obviously.
No, the one that died in the car crash was his brother. His brother died in the car crash.
I thought it was one of his daughters that died in the car crash.
No, his brother died in the car crash. Hunter's brother died in the car crash. And then he married actually did marry, I think so. His wife, like his brother banged and
wait.
He banged his brother's wife.
Yeah. Oh, no. Okay. All right. So Sorry, yeah. One of his sons died of cancer. That much I remember. Joe Biden's first wife and daughter died in a car crash.
That's right. That's right. Everybody's saying daughter. That's right. Wait, so wait, who did Hunter bang then? Because I know
it was his brother's wife.
Okay, so it's the brother that died of cancer.
Right.
Okay.
That was the reason why he didn't run for president in 2016. Was because the fact that his son died.
Yes, that's right. That's right. I remember that.
Beau Biden, thank you, Fat
Beau
Elvis.
Biden.
Yeah,
that's right. But yeah, this is just such an insanely divisive tweet. Like this is the president of the United States coming out basically villainifying half of the country. Like they're basically like, you guys are not human. You're pieces of shit.
Well, you saw what the New York governor did, right?
No, when?
He basically said that Republicans are not New Yorkers and that they should move to Florida.
Oh, God. Sorry, say that again.
Okay, so the governor of New York said that Republicans are not New Yorkers and should move to Florida.
Oh, my God. Is that a recent comment?
Yeah, that was recent. That happened like this week.
Oh, my God. New York needs to shut up because they have a lot of problems.
Well, it goes back to what we're talking about, the escalation of language, and the reason why they're calling Republicans Nazis and authoritarians, right? Like I said, I can send you the Washington Times article that talks about it. I mean, I think it's going to fucking blow up in their face if they don't watch it.
It's fucking insane. I think so too. I mean, there's only so much people can take, you know? I don't know. Like, I just don't see this ending well. Like there's so much that you can poke a bear. Like, it's like, you know, that at one point the bear is going to just fucking lash out and be like, you know what, fuck off, you know, or something. I don't know. It just seems like they're just poking that bear like over and over, hitting that wasp nest. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. It just doesn't seem like a good idea. But by the way, he's getting destroyed in the comments. Like,
oh yeah,
love Carrie Smith. Makes a divisive, hateful tweet, claims to be about unity. And that's exactly like notice the similarities, right? Notice the similarities with that and like the Alec Baldwin story where he's coming out and like, oh, here's $5,000 for you and your husband, and here's my virtue because I'm so virtuous. I'm gonna give to this poor family, to this poor, and then once they do something I don't like, let me set my entire fucking followers on you and ruin your life.
Yeah.
There's a funny meme of me on Kiwi Farms. What am I gonna do about it? Nothing. Let's see, if you're Adam Coleman, if you're labeling theoretically half of America's voters as hateful extremists, who exactly are you united with? Thank you, Adam.
Yep.
Thank you. This is exactly what's going on. Just incredibly divisive stuff all the time. I mean, how long can this go on for? Bradley, okay, we got that one. Thank you so much for that. 200 Watt Studios for 5 says, look up Star Trek TNG episode Skin of Evil and tell me that is not Lizzo's dress. Oh no, hold on.
Sorry about that.
That's all right.
That's fucking hilarious. That's the episode where Tasha Yar dies. It's the oil slick.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm not good with names, but obviously I've seen that episode like 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Somebody had made another good one to 200 Watt Studios was somebody compared that dress, like the black one, to the Dune dude, the one that was like floating.
Oh God, yeah.
It was like so funny. He was like the emperor.
Baron
like,
Harkonnen.
not the emperor, but yeah, Baron, yeah. Oh my God, it was so funny. Hey, look, it's Lizzo. I know, right? Oh my God. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Thank you for that, 200 Watt Studios. The John Beck for 5 says AR-15s is the YouTube male of Pew-poos? I cannot read the super chat. Pew-pews. LOL, I want some YouTube privilege. God damn it, the John Beck. That was hard to read.
It was.
Bradley Burnett for 5 says, come on. When has disarming the citizenry ever been a bad thing? Ask the Jews in 1930 Germany. Oh, wait, you can't. Wonder why. Oh, no.
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong, but yikes. Jay, a dark lady for 5 says, why isn't there a lot of television made in Afghanistan? They got a Taliban.
Taliban.
A Taliban. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Good one. That's a good one.
I thought it was a Taliban.
201 Studios for 5 says, guys, you don't get it. The 2020 rioters served a purpose for them.
Oh, yeah, we know. We know.
We know. We know.
That's why they never fucking talk about it.
Yep.
Until they show up at their doorstep, which is the reason why all the protesting, rioting stopped in Seattle when they showed up at the mayor's doorstep.
Mm-hmm.
That's when the summer of love ended with the Chaz.
Yep. It was exactly that.
Yep.
It was the moment. Oh, YT equals opposite color of black. Had to avoid censor. Oh my God.
Really?
That's YouTube's weird, man.
It really is.
Bird Up for 5 says, be careful about all the Liz EXO jokes. She casts a large shadow. Oh my God. This chat is the best thing that's ever happened to me tonight. Thank you, guys. I seriously needed to hear all of this. This is so amazing. You guys are so amazing. Let me close some of these other articles out. Okay. Here's one of the other things I really wanted to touch on. We're not going to touch about that. This article is too depressing. I'm not going to go into that. There was an article about how this dude, like in LA Fitness, like walked into a women's bathroom and like groped a chick. He's been arrested, but
well, that's good.
Yeah, but it was a very terrible article. I was like, what the fuck? So right before this show happened, you guys, right before we went live, I saw this on Twitter and I laughed. Because it says, a breaking California power grid declares flex alert, urges residents to not charge electric vehicles and set thermostats to 72 degrees or higher.
78 degrees. That's
78.
A big, big difference.
78 degrees. Sorry. 78 degrees or higher. But just 2 days ago, I saw this.
Yeah.
California ban on gas-powered cars won't be easy because Newsom wants to ban.
You think that's a coincidence? You know, that they want to ban gas-powered cars and have you rely on the grid to charge your vehicle, which you won't be able to charge?
No, I don't think it's a coincidence at all.
Well,
I think there's a lot of relations to these things.
The thing that's so frightening about electric cars, and this is something I had no idea that they're planning on doing. They legit by 2024 they want to do this in every single vehicle. They want to have a kill switch in every single car. Right now, they already exist in electrical vehicles. They want to put them in gas-powered vehicles. That's the thing that's so frightening about it, is that you are giving the manufacturer and probably the government and police agencies the ability to stop your car at any point in time. So if you want to leave the city, let's say shit is going down and you want to leave, legit, the government can turn your car off.
Good luck.
Yeah.
And not to mention, like, if there's like some sort of, I don't know, EMP or something, your car's out. You're done. You're done.
Well,
like,
I mean, even with a gas-powered car, your car is out. I mean, you need to have.
Well, like not the really old ones though, like not the the transmission cars, like the old school trucks and stuff like that. They can still go.
Well, you need a car from like the 70s, legit. Because
that's why Cuba will be just fine.
Cuba will be fine. Makes me wish I still had that 1974 Volkswagen Beetle. Jesus.
I know. I'm trying to we're legit trying to find like an old school car for that very reason too. Just in case.
I'm not necessarily worried about EMP. Everyone's always worried about EMP. I am more worried about the clear and present threat, which is the food shortage shit.
The food.
Yeah. And obviously the fact that the government's going to have the ability to turn off your car. That's fucking ridiculous. And on top of that, this is another thing that a lot of people don't think about when it comes to electric cars. At some point in time, there's going to be a credit system to the point where, oh, you've already used up your energy allotment. You can't charge your car. That's going to happen.
Oh, that's coming.
That is another element of control with these electronic cars.
I mean, they're literally kind of already saying that. But right now it's being recommended. You know, just give it a couple years. That recommendation is going to become, if you don't do it, your social credit score is going to go down.
I'm not even talking like a social credit score. I mean, that's a completely different thing. But I'm talking about the fact that you'll probably have an allotment of so much, you know, credits to charge your vehicle, right?
No, I know. I'm saying
like
but if you overuse it or something, or
probably,
whatever,
yeah.
Your social credit score will go down, and then you won't be able to get other things, or like, you know, I don't know, food or whatever. Like, yeah.
God, man, why the future looks so fucking dystopian, and I know that a lot of people don't like hearing about this stuff, and I'm not trying to black pill people when I talk about this stuff, because people need to be aware of it so you can fight against it, right? That's
agreed.
That's the white pill part, is that we're still in the position where we can fight against this crap.
Yeah.
But you got to know about it. And if you do nothing, this is the future you're going to get.
Yeah, I agree. And that's why I do this show, because I want to point out stuff like this. And that's why I play that clip every week about, you know, what George Orwell said about, you know, if you want,
the funny thing is, a lot of that is actually taken from 1984. I read the book this year.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Don't let it happen. Like he says that, you know, don't let it happen. And that's why I do this show, because I don't want to let it happen. I don't want this world to be what they envision, this like weird transhuman commie fucking, I don't know what the fuck they're imagining, but I don't want any part of it. Like I don't want this world to turn like that. And I know it might, but you know, if I can help it, I'm going to.
Well, the thing about it is that, you know, transhumanism is not necessarily a bad thing. It's how it's going to be used. It's how it's being used now, which is bad, because I think the idea of being able to fix, you know, problems with the human body, you know, like cyberware or something like that, would be great. Because I'm blind in one of my eyes, I think it would be great to be able to have that fixed. Even, you know, to an extent, life extension too, right? The fact that, you know, we're all human. We want to live longer lives. Doesn't mean we need to be immortal, but I think we should be able to have the ability. I mean, that's what medicine's all about, right? Extending our lives.
Yes.
But the scary thing is what. So I remember reading this one thing. It was like, think about living in a future where a company has the ability to turn off your cyberware.
Yeah.
If you don't pay a fee. That's the dark side of transhumanism. That's the shit I'm worried about.
And also like the AI factor, because once the AI factor comes in, and then you're actually going to be like susceptible to being controlled by AI and so many other factors. I mean, I'm not down with any of that.
That's more big data and machine learning. And I've as someone who works in technology, I've spoken out against AI and big data for years. I don't trust it. I don't like it. And again, like with most technologies, it's not evil. It's how it's being used. And you could actually do a lot of good with big data by going through and using it to, you could probably cure cancer using big data. The problem,
there's already cures for cancer. They don't want to use it.
Yeah. The issue is when it comes down to mass surveillance and predicting people's behaviors.
Yes.
That's the part which is very frightening. And the thing that always resonated with me with PRISM, when Snowden leaked the whole PRISM thing, and Obama came out and said, oh, we're not listening to your phone calls. We're only interested in the metadata. And my first thought was that metadata fucking defines your life.
Yep.
Because it's all about your patterns and what people are able to predict from it. That was the thing that was frightening. But most people don't know. They're like, oh, metadata. Okay. It's like how long you're on the phone call, you know, stuff like that. But what it comes down to is that that metadata defines your life. What time you get up,
Who are you? Yeah. Who are you? That's
who
your
you're talking
metadata.
to. Well, the thing is, what they're looking for is deviations in the pattern, right? And because and when they say a deviation, that's when they're going to go and look into somebody. You know, they could be a potential terrorist or whatnot. It could be the fact that some guy's having an affair. And it's also the reason why Tim Pool makes a joke about how Facebook knows when you poop, right? Seriously, it's all because of the big data and the fact that the app is collecting all this, stuff.
It's so funny. Did you hear his interview with Rogan?
I didn't watch the whole thing. I saw the clip where he's talking about the whole thing with the FBI.
Yeah, I just watched that clip too. Like I was like, I need to make time to watch this, but I just watched that one clip and I was like, because he was like talking about the Hunter Biden thing and he's like, oh, like we didn't do that on Facebook. We did it totally differently and like blah blah blah. I'm like, shut the fuck up, you piece of shit. You guys are the exact same thing. Facebook is garbage. Mark Zuckerberg's garbage company. They can all fucking go to
delete
hell.
Your Facebook account. You want to fight back against this shit? Delete your Facebook account.
Well, and Twitter. I mean, I like it's all bad. Like they're all they're all the beast. Like we're all kind of like we're all participants in some way. And it's just it's sad. It's sad. But you can't get away from it. 200 Watt Studios for 5 says, guys. Oh wait, we got that one. Thank you. Bird Up for 5 says California's energy problems can be solved easily. All Gavin Newsom has to do is wrong all of that oil out of his. You think he's gonna run? I've heard he's gonna run
for president. Oh yeah, he's a fucking narcissist. He'll do it.
You think he's gonna win?
No. Well, maybe. Okay.
I know what you're thinking.
I'm about to make the
please
case.
Don't say it.
I'm about to make the case for why we should repeal the 19th Amendment. It's the same reason why he is still governor currently, is the fact that women go and look at him and go, oh my God, he's so beautiful. And they go and vote for his dumb ass.
Oh my God, that reminds me of Justin Trudeau because that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what happened. Just ask X-Ray Girl. She did it.
I did it too, man. I did it too. I'm as guilty as X-Ray Girl.
And this is why we need to repeal the 19th Amendment of the United States.
But to be fair, I didn't do it. I didn't vote for Justin Trudeau because of that. I voted for the party because at the time, and that's how it works for Canada.
I know you vote for the party.
I voted for the party because I wanted Harper out. I didn't vote for Justin Trudeau. I voted for the party because I believed in what they were doing. Like I believed that they were going to save Canada, and I was very wrong.
Oh, you're right. They saved Canada.
Terribly fucking wrong.
They saved Canada for the WEF.
That's exactly what happened. Hold on, I'm trying to pull something up because I remember we were talking about Justin Trudeau, and I just have to pull up this clip because I died laughing at this. Because you know how the universe speaks to us in so many different ways, and in these ones, wait, what am I doing? This is not my profile. I was scrolling down the thing. Hold on. Damn it. Hold on, guys. I got this. I hate how like when you're on Twitter and you like, you post something and then it disappears like after like a day.
Oh, just go to your profile and you can see all your tweets that you posted.
I was scrolling through, like, I guess I tweet a lot. Fuck.
Well, I can't help you there.
God damn it. It's all my fault. Okay, here we go. I found it. So speaking of Justin Trudeau, the universe speaks to us in very mysterious and funny ways. And this happened. And I thought it was fucking funny. I should clip this just for myself.
I'm visiting you today from my homeland of Treaty 1 territory, I am also the daughter of a residential school survivor and a 60s scoop
You need
survivor.
to paint with all the colors of the wind. The wind and the ancestors of this woman here, I think they kind of spoke for us all when they said, fuck Justin Trudeau.
Yeah.
That's basically, that's the message I got. Like, if I was that woman, I'd be like, I don't know if our ancestors was quite happy with with what's going on over here, because the flag was sure as hell not happy about it. 200 Watt Studios for 5 says Lizzo has been in films. Turns out that she was in Fantastic Four too. She was the Galactus cloud that was going to Earth, a role she was born to play. My God.
Well, probably because she wants to eat the Earth.
Consume
I'm
it.
sure she has an unsatiable appetite.
Oh my
For
God.
destruction.
It's infinite. The appetite is infinite. Oh no. The wind spirit is American. That's funny.
Clearly the wind spirits supported the trucker convoy.
Oh my God, that is so funny. You should reply that. That's too funny. Thank you for that. 200 Watt Studios. Godzilla 2K26 for 2 says it's not to heat above, it's not cool below 78. Oh. For the for the California thingy. It's not cold below 78, isn't it? Oh, I don't know.
78, I don't know. I mean, I usually keep my house at 76. Sometimes it gets a little too cold.
Yeah, like when I was in the state, when I lived in California, we kept it at like 78. Yeah, 70, 77, 78, around that. I think that's what it was. I don't know your freaking measuring system in the United States. Toxic Man Flu for 10 says the police are trying to save money by using Lizzo instead of, oh my God, instead of spice strips to stop speeding cars. Biggest problems is getting the oh my God, the catapult in place to throw Lizzo into traffic. God damn, Toxic Man Flu. Are you trying to get my channel banned? This is so.
You'll know in about 3 days whether you have a strike or not.
God damn. Oh no. Bradley Burnett for 10 says California, don't worry. We'll build a bunch of windmills and solar panels. If the big quake happens and the power grid dies, you'll be okay. Without the power grid, don't worry. We're saving the planet. Oh my God,
And
they're
killing
so many
birds.
birds. Yeah, they're killing so many birds with those windmills.
My favorite is that nobody talks about the environmental impact of green energy, which is absolutely ironic.
It's
I mean,
fucking crazy.
Tox likes pointing this out, which is so true. Apparently in Germany, they've caused an entire bat species to go extinct because of the windmills.
Wow, really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I hadn't heard about that. That's
Yeah.
crazy. I mean, I believe it.
Yeah. And another thing too, Google solar panel graveyard.
Oh no.
No, I mean, legit. I
It's
mean,
gonna be bad.
Well, it's the fact that once those solar panels are used up, they just don't get rid of them.
Oh yeah, I seen these. These are, oh my God, they're terrible.
The one thing I thought was the craziest thing, I had no idea that this was even a thing, was windmill fires.
What?
Yes.
I haven't heard of that.
Apparently, there is an unknown issue. A lot of people don't know, but windmills tend to catch fires.
Why?
Yeah. Probably because of I'm guessing the oil, the lubricant. But yeah, there's Google that, pull that shit up. That's
Dude, I
funny.
just did. That's
Isn't that crazy?
Crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't know that could happen.
Yeah. I found this out this year.
Whoa, bro. Dude, do you know how many of this shit is in California? And like they constantly get those forest fires, or not forest fires, or whatever the fuck.
Oh no, they get forest fires because of bad forest management.
They do get that as well. That's true.
Because they used to go and clear out the underbrush, and
yeah, and they don't do that anymore.
Ever since Gavin Newsom took over, he fucking stopped that shit, and
That's true.
That shit has skyrocketed.
Yeah, that's crazy. I remember that interview he had where he was like, oh my God, when he was like laughing as the fucking place was burning down, and he's like, he's got that fucking psychopath smile on his face. Oh my God, I hate that guy so much. I don't know who I hate more, Justin Trudeau or Gavin Newsom. I feel like it's Trudeau for me every time. I don't know why am I even asking that. Oh my God. Wow. I didn't know. I didn't know this happens. That's crazy.
Yeah, I know. And as we all know, batteries, right? The batteries for electric cars, really bad for the
Oh
environment.
yeah. I knew about that. The
Really
batteries,
bad
the
for the environment.
fires, the Tesla fires, you can't put them out.
Well, yeah, there's that, but it's just the fact that all the minerals that they get to put into those batteries.
Oh yeah,
you know,
they're so bad for the environment.
They basically strip mine that shit out, which again is not exactly good for the environment either.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, it's just bad.
And the fires really fucking freak me out. Is like that whole story, because you can't put out Tesla fires. Like if the battery catches fire, like good luck. That's
done. Crazy. I had no idea about that.
Yeah, and then there was another thing that was interesting to me. It brought, like, I forgot to ask you about it, but because you brought up the fact that like the government would be able to like turn off your car. And I was like, you know, I kind of like my conspiracy theory mind kind of went to like what happened with Anne Hedge, and how like her car and like everything that happened with her. I don't know if you're familiar with.
Yeah. Basically, she fucking crashed a car and she ended up getting killed or dying from brain damage or something like that. She was brain dead.
Kind of, but there's like videos where she's trying to get up, and they've already like put the cover over her head, and she's trying to get up, and you don't do that if you're like.
She was in the hospital for like a couple weeks, and then she was like brain dead.
Yeah, but like before that though, like the whole thing with the car, like, and how it was, and like they were trying to say that she was like, you know, on coke and stuff like that. But she, like, this one guy like who saw her at a wig store like 20 minutes before the car crash was like she was fine, like she wasn't coked up and she was normal.
Well, I mean, she could have fucking gone to her car and done a lot of coke or something. I mean,
she could have. It's true.
You never know.
It's true.
But the other thing too, what I think what you're getting at is that the issue when you add a lot of these electronics in the cars, like everything in your car, if you buy a new car, even one that's like 7 years old, like my Jeep, it's 2015, everything is fucking electronic.
Yeah.
Even your accelerated pedal. So
it is.
The scary thing about it is, think about if somebody hacks your car, because the fact that everything is electronic, they legit can control your brakes, control your accelerator, control your steering. It's like the whole thing with, like, you know, people's pacemakers getting hacked.
Yeah, I've heard about that too. Yeah.
That's the thing that frightens me about, you know, cyber technology.
Freaks me out too, man. I hate that stuff.
It is the idea of the fact that, you know, somebody can go fucking hack your body. It's the reason why I'm very leery about the whole Neuralink thing.
Neuralink, yes.
As much as I think it is an awesome idea, in theory, in practice, I think it's gonna be a fucking nightmare.
I think so too, man.
The idea
it's
that
one of those,
somebody has the ability to go and fucking edit your memories, that's frightening. The whole ghost in the shell, ghost hacking thing.
This is one of those things where, like, scientists didn't stop to think, you know, just because they can, whether they should. Yeah, like, I'm like, dude, like, I don't think we're ready. Like, we're not ready as a society to go down this path. Because if we're too selfish, this is not the right time. And I think
it's there's always going to be bad actors, right? That are going to try hacking and shit. That's, you know, that's never going to end, whether we advance technology or not. The issue is when the bad actor is the fucking government. It's like the whole thing with cell phones and the fact that you can't take the battery out anymore. And when they're off, they're still on, you know, they're still listening to you. That's the shit that is frightening.
Oh my God, I'm sorry, but this is hilarious. HBO's new hit show, The Pacemaker.
Nah.
That's pretty good. That's pretty
My
good.
heart.
John for 5 says, I was going to make a Lizzo joke involving her, flower, and the name of Chrissy's show on Compound Media, Wet Spot. Wait.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Roller and flour and out for the wet spot.
Wow. Thank you, John.
That's old.
That it's good though. It's old but good. Bird Up for 2 says, does WikiFeet have pictures of Lizzo's Sugarfoot?
Oh God, no!
God,
Please, why
I
would you
hope
even
not.
ask that, Bird Up?
Even if it did, I wouldn't like pull it up or anything because that's fucking disgusting, dude. No way. Bradley Burnett for 5 says, stop this fake green energy. If you really want to reduce the use fossil fuels, nukes. It can be done safely.
That and like, hydrogen fuel cells. I mean, that used to be a thing, right? I mean, call me crazy. I remember like back in the 80s, they were really working on that technology and it just like stopped.
Yep. At one point, they're like, nope, never mind. I mean, it's weird to me because like when you go back far enough to see like just how much government and corporate greed really fucked the world, is like, you think about like the Tesla stuff, right? And like what happened with all of that. It's just it's incredible.
Well,
how different our world could have been,
Yeah, back in the 90s, you had the Evo, which was the first electric car. So, I mean, this technology is not new.
No.
And you had the Evo one. Was it? I'm trying to remember. Was that from Honda? But there was actually a documentary that came out like in the late 90s, early 2000s called "Who Killed the Electric Car." It was basically about the destruction of the Evo. And I never watched the documentary, by the way.
I didn't either, but it sounds so familiar.
Yeah. And the big conspiracy theory was that it was the gas companies that killed it, right? Because they're wanting to not get rid of gas cars. And which is
Evo is Mitsubishi, says.
Oh, was it Mitsubishi? That was Honda. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I mean, the point is the fact that it was. I remember commercials for it, and then suddenly it just fucking disappeared.
I remember that too, and like I remember that it just disappeared. But I also remember that like that was a thing. Like I remember that was a thing but because you brought it up, because I had totally forgotten about it. 200 Watt Studios. I don't see your $2 super chat. Where? Oh, there it is. 200 Watt Studios for 2 says, I call my dumps big data. Wow.
Well, they call it a data dump for a reason.
That was worth scrolling up all that way just to see this super chat. Thank you so much for that. And then there's Kai. Kai, hello. Good to see you, Kai.
It was great hanging out with you, Kai, by the way.
I haven't seen you for a while, so it's really good to see you, Kai. For $10, thank you. It says 2011, a couple of journalists onto something big went quiet, but their Teslas drove into a tree. Modern tech still uses classic bus. I don't know what that means. Like classic. That's gotta be short for something.
Well, bus is a computer term.
Okay. Which was created before security was a concern, firmware vulnerable. Oh, I see what you're saying. Wow.
Yeah, busing system, not necessarily on like, buses people get on, but like,
yeah. No, I know it. Yeah, because I was like trying to associate, but he wrote the word in caps, so I was like, is that like an abbreviation of something?
I think it is an abbreviation. I don't know for what though.
Kai, dude, I'm telling you, man, I'm sus of all those weird Teslas and all these weird electric cars. People like that. The Anne Hesh thing. The other interesting thing about it, because of the whole, she was involved in that whole sexual trafficking, like sex trafficking movie, and then her like the person that was making the movie with her, she died in a car crash like a week before that.
Really?
So it seems like so fucking bizarre. Like some of the stuff is like car crashes, heart attacks. There's a lot of weird shit that goes on, and then we're like, oh, okay, but you never really hear about what happens. But I'm always left kind of wondering. Like I'm always like, We'll never get any answers for those. But yeah, that's the way it goes. Bird Up for 5 says, remember the horror movie Untraceable when the evil hacker guy gained control of a woman's car? Oh my God, wait. I
trying to remember
that movie. It was with that chick, Diane Lane.
I was wanting to say Sandra Bullock, but I think that was the net.
Yeah, that's the net. Yeah. Dude, I do remember that, but I had forgotten it until you just brought it up. That was a good movie. Untraceable was a good movie.
Colin Hanks.
Yeah.
Well, the funny thing is how they get a lot of the hacking stuff wrong, but it's still, some things are feasible, like hacking a car. I mean, that's very feasible. Well, the scary,
was a good one.
The scary thing is, oh God, I tell you, DEF CON. I don't know if you know what DEF CON is. It's a hacker convention.
Oh yeah,
And,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
yes.
one of the things that they do is they hack voting machines. Yeah.
And that's it for the Nina Infinity channel. Thank you for being here, everybody, for on my life on YouTube.
I didn't say anything about anything else. I'm just saying that they know how to hack those things.
They've known that for a while, Halliburton and all that good stuff. Dude, did you see that? Like when Dick Cheney came out and fucking shat on Trump and was like, "This guy was the worst Republican."
Yeah, I know. It's says the guy that fucking quote unquote accidentally shot his friend in the face with a shotgun during a hunting trip.
Yeah, and he's like, "You fucking cheated. You're the fucking shit of the election. This." Like he's trying to say that the insurrection, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, this motherfucker. Everybody knows what happened with the Halliburton machines, but
everyone fucking hates Dick Cheney. That's the thing that's so
everyone.
funny. Like back when he was vice president, everybody hated the guy, and there was a Jib Jab cartoon that fucking made fun of him because his whole joke was "fuck you." Is the fact that he just basically told everyone to go fuck off.
Yeah,
that's what Dick Cheney did.
Yeah.
Nobody liked Dick Cheney. Dick, it's in his name. He's a dick.
Yeah, he's a dick. A big, massive dick. He is fucking the emperor now. Seriously, he talks like them. He looks like him. Dude's had how many heart transplants? I think 4 or 5.
How many deals does he cut with Satan to stay alive?
I know, this dude's fucking mental. Dick Cheney couldn't aim straight. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. A massive bald dick. Ew. Okay. On that note, thank you so much, Comics Division, for coming on tonight. It's been a fantastic conversation, and I really appreciate it. It was a really good time.
Thank you. I had fun as well.
And it was especially a fun time because half the chat was about Lizzo, and that was fucking great. That was so funny. Thank you, everybody in the chat. You guys are awesome, especially those of you who super chatted. Extra thank you for you guys. And if you became a member like Toxic Man Flu, thank you, everybody. You guys are amazing. This was a great show. I love it. I'll be back on Friday. I'll be back here Friday for good news to balance out this crazy show. Comics Division, what do you got going on?
Oh, besides yawning, well, considering I have the channel strike, I haven't been up to much of anything.
Your strike is right now?
Yeah, it should be up tomorrow, according to YouTube.
And you have no idea what it was on?
We'll talk.
Before?
We'll talk after.
Okay.
I don't want to risk bringing things up because I don't want to wish on anyone else.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
Because it definitely throws a fucking monkey wrench into everything.
I get it.
The thing when I got the notification is I was in the middle of editing my She-Hulk review, which will go up live tomorrow once the strike is up. And I can actually upload. It unfortunately means I'm really behind on my She-Hulk review. So I'm just going to combine 2 and 3.
Just combine them.
I heard some juicy things about 3.
Really?
Well, Chris Gore was on Gary's channel and he was talking about how the whole thing with the YouTubers.
Oh, yeah. I
Yeah.
want to see that. I'm actually looking forward to that. Well, I'm actually looking forward to more like Az's review.
The funny thing about all this stuff, it's like, I swear to God, they're actually watching YouTubers, because
They are.
there's a comment where she says, "Great, I'm a derivative character." It's like, that is right from Young Ripa.
Oh my God, dude. They are watching YouTubers, because did you see about the director of the new Robin Hood, Robin with the Y hood,
Yeah.
went off on Az and Josiah? I was like,
Really?
yeah, it's on his Instagram account. He went insane. He like made this entire rant about how, you know, these YouTubers don't know what the fuck is going on, and like,
Yes, we do.
just the most insane shit. And I'm like, I'm sitting here watching this guy go off on Az and Josiah, and I'm like thinking to myself, you know, buddy, you could have just come out and said, hey guys, I understand that you're, you know, not feeling up for this show or whatever. Just hang tight. I'm gonna do it different. It's gonna be good. You know,
That's
trust
not
me.
how modern marketing
Blah,
works.
blah,
You
blah.
gotta insult your audience and call them racist.
Oh my God, the guy
You're a
was
misogynist
crazy.
piece of shit because the female actress is black and you're a racist, and
They
you just
did.
can't see the creativity. My
They
God, these
did.
people are retarded.
G&G played it last night, and I had heard something about it because I hadn't watched it, and I was like, what are these people talking about? So I asked Az, and he told me what had happened, and so I went and watched it, and I was like, I cannot believe it. So this is why I'm saying I do believe that they watch us. They watch these channels. They know what's going on. So it's very funny.
Well, Disney knows who Jeremy and Gary is, right? You know, they may not know who we are, but they definitely know who Ripa is, because Ripa is definitely making waves in the comic book industry.
Absolutely.
They know who his ass is. They know who Gary is.
Gary, like, dude, HBO knows who Gary is.
Yeah,
because George R. Martin.
Fucking
hates
George R. R.
Gary.
Martin knows who he is, because
Yeah.
he wouldn't shake his hand.
He hates Gary. I was like, I'm so with you, man. Like, dude, I was so proud of Gary. I was like, fuck that.
I remember when you first told me that story. That was so fucking hilarious.
I know that's epic. What a good story. 200 Watt Studios for 5 says, sorry, Dick. Trump was only peacetime president since before Vietnam. Don't need a lecture from a warmonger. I know,
So
right?
true.
Go fuck yourself, Dick Cheney. I hate that guy like so much.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit.
Bird Up for 2 says, what? No 9-hour stream this time? Yeah, that was the first thing I told Comics Division when we started the show. I was like, comics, like, I'm not planning on going for 9 hours tonight. And I was like, I'm planning on going for 2. It's 3 now. So
It's 3 now.
hours now.
Anyway, yeah, hopefully my YouTube ban will be done tomorrow, which means I can actually stream on YouTube rather than just Odyssey. I like streaming to both.
Excellent.
It's cool. You guys will finally get to see my She-Hulk review for episode 1, She-Hulk Misandry at Law, which is on Odyssey too, if you want to go watch it now. But I have to go edit the thumbnail because I can't say it's shit. I have to say it's crap on YouTube.
I call it Sheet Hulk.
Sheet Hulk. That's good. I really am looking forward to the fucking Spurgs going after my video, because I really lay out basically how episode 1 is just fucking complete misandry.
It is. It's fucking insane. Nick is streaming now. Go on over. Well, everybody, you guys can start trickling over there. John, thank you for becoming a member. You're incredible. Thank you for your generosity. And the John Beck for 5 says, I love telling people I'm not saying YouTubers are right. I'm saying track predictions and compare. That's very good. That's very good.
Yeah, and I'll also be reviewing the Rings of Power because Gary is forcing me to watch it. So I might as well make a video about it.
I will also be watching ROP. I'll be watching ROP, and I will be reviewing it on Sundays with the gang. You know what, comics? If you feel like talking about it, let me know, and you're in. You are more than welcome to join us.
It depends on what
ROP
time.
reviews 7 Eastern Sunday nights.
Probably not, because I'll be this weekend. I'll be driving back from the ranch around that time period, probably.
We got a long way to go.
Yeah. And
So if
Sunday
you're
will probably be the
down-
night that I actually make that stupid video. So God help me.
Okay. All right.
I had to do 2 reviews of a show that I don't like.
Let me just quickly check something. Okay, so I know Nick is streaming, you guys, and I love Nick, but Nick gets a shit ton of views all the time, so I don't think he needs us. But you know what? Go over to Anna, my girl Anna, that Star Wars girl. She's streaming right now with Cecil. It's her calendar closeout sale. So there is Anna's channel. So go and support her. That's the stream link. It's in the chat. And then just, hashtag it Infinity Raid or something. Or Nina Infinity Raid. Nina Infinity Raid. I don't know how to fucking spell anymore. There you go. Send her some love. Go back her calendar. It's the last night. You want to get that shit. It's good fapping material. 200 Watt Studios. I know you're looking for some. Everybody go out and check out Anna's stream and tell her I say hello. Again, thank you, Comics Division, for being here.
Well, thanks for having me.
We're gonna do this again, like really soon, because you're fucking awesome and I love you.
Well, thank you.
Toxic Man Flu, love you. Everybody, chat, love you guys. See you guys next time. Take care. Bye.